Hello, Internet, and welcome to another episode of Now vs. Nostalgia, a podcast dedicated to movies, TV shows, and video games of the past. I am John.
I'm James.
How you been, sir?
I've been alright, I guess. Been pretty good.
Hanging in there. Yeah. This nice summer heat we got going on.
Yeah, the rain finally stopped.
Yeah, we had rain for like, what, a month?
Yeah.
I mean, not like Houston or like Chicago where they're flooding and stuff like that.
Yeah, no flooding.
No flooding, because surprisingly, we're below sea level, but it wasn't nothing crazy like that.
No.
So, but yeah, it's finally gone, and now the sun's out. I think yesterday was like 110 heat index.
Mm-hmm.
It was nasty, nasty. We got a top 10 today. We're going to talk about, and then we're going to get into our now portion where we basically talk about what we've been doing lately and what we're watching and playing and stuff like that. Because stuff has come out, stuff has changed. I've gone to the movies a couple times for one movie or another, but we'll get into that. But first, and most importantly, today's top 10 is our favorite toys when we were growing up.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about why we loved them and liked them and enjoyed them. Do they still make some of them today? Yeah. Some of them do. Yeah. And how do they compare? So basically, now versus nostalgia. So break out your slinkies and your light brights and your glowworms, because this is now versus nostalgia's top 10 toys of our past. First, I got a couple of honorable mentions, and we'll probably jump into some after as well. Okay. So first honorable mention, Micro Machines. Micro Machines are probably remembered for two things. One, I mean, they had a lot of license and stuff like that. They had some cool Star Wars ones and things like that. I had the Back to the Future set. Wow. But Micro Machine Man. Blur from Transformers, but yeah, everybody remembers this guy. Yes. Very fast talking. Did you have Micro Machines growing up?
I don't think I did. I remember me and my cousins had them. But, I wasn't too much into, cars, I guess.
Light Bright.
Light Bright, that's something else my cousins had.
See, I still have a Light Bright, original Light Bright.
Really?
But yeah, it was kind of like Etch-a-Sketch and stuff like that. It was one of those toys that it wasn't very newbie friendly,
Yeah, I mean, you had to be some kind of like, to really use the thing, you had to be like creative. Kind of an artist.
Well, they had like already templates made.
Yeah, but that's like cheating.
Right. You stick it on there. There's I think it was on Cracked, and there was like Photoshop light brights and stuff. Yeah. But it was one of them that always cracked me up. And there's a light bright on the table, and it was like, I'm getting a divorce. Speak and spell. Yeah. I think every kid had a speak and spell.
Now, you try looking up those things now, and they're expensive.
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of these toys are expensive.
Oh, my gosh. But back then, you think, he's what, 30 years? You think, y'all should better find a speak and spell, right. At a garage sale or something for like 25 cents.
Because, that's one of the toys that they don't make anymore. And E.T. made it popular, of course. Yeah. But Teddy Ruxpin's expensive now. Yeah. See, my brother had one of those. I told you my story about Teddy Ruxpin, right?
I think you might have.
I had a Teddy Ruxpin, and I loved him. I had him. I didn't have his buddy.
He had a buddy?
A little caterpillar, Grumpy.
Oh, yeah, caterpillar. Yeah, I remember now.
But I had a Teddy Ruxpin, and my brother and my cousin took Teddy Ruxpin from me and took his tape out, which is a little story, a little adventure, and put 2 Live Crew in it. And Teddy Ruxpin saying these awful things. Heck yeah! And I'm crying, and they're holding him like above my head and stuff like that. And Teddy Ruxpin is just talking about popping stuff and just
I wanted Teddy Ruxpin just for that now. I never thought about doing that.
Any tape you put in there, like his mouth will start moving, his eyes will start blinking and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh boy, made in the USA.
Now, another honorable mention I have is the Happy Meal toys from the 80s. Like, they had the Burger King's Kids Club. Yes. But McDonald's, man, they had some great Happy Meal toys back in the 80s and 90s. About mid-80s, late. In the 90s, it kind of died out a little bit.
Well, that's because of that whole, push with, advertising toys. Right. When they were trying to keep kids from eating Happy Meals and stuff like that. Man, those people suck.
Happy Meal boxes were awesome because they used to come in the cool box, and the box had puzzles on it, or sometimes they actually had interactive stuff. I remember it was a racing one, and they actually had you cut holes in the box and use it as a part of the toy. Yeah. But the Muppet Babies toys when they were great. I
remember those.
Kermit on a skateboard. Yeah. You had Miss Piggy, Gonzo. They're all little vehicles and stuff. Yes. The Mario Brothers ones they had for that. Remember those?
Nope.
Oh man, the Mario Bros. Ones were great.
I didn't know Nintendo was in cahoots with McDonald's.
It might have been Burger King, but let's see. No, it was McDonald's.
It's McDonald's?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, of late, I mean, my kids, they go to McDonald's, and they're slowly bringing a lot of that stuff back, but it's nowhere near as crazy as it was in the 80s.
Oh, no, not at all. Because they had, like, the Goomba. I'm trying to remember the different ones they had. I'm trying to pull it up while we talk to a little bit. Because they did Mario Kart. It was for Mario Bros. 3. Yep, this is it right here. Yeah, Mario on the spring.
Uh-huh.
You had a little Goomba that you would push down, and he'd pop up. You had Luigi on a cloud that you pull back, and it was like a wind to race.
Yeah.
And then you had the Lakitu, which I don't remember what he did. There was something else that had a little air pump.
Yeah.
I think it was a turtle, one of the Koopas, and he would like kind of hop.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were great. You don't see that stuff anymore. They had the little Transformer food ones that would like little food that would transform.
I remember those. Yes,
I actually still have some of the
I remember those.
I have the fries and the chicken nuggets. Still have them. But yeah, like
transforming food. Yeah, I remember that.
But also, I mean, if you're thinking about McDonald's, remember? God, I can't remember what the burger was called. The sandwich was called. It was like one side was hot, one side was cold.
Oh, the McBLT. McBLT?
Was it BLT? No.
Yeah, I think so. One was hot, one was cold.
And you put it together?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it came with that styrofoam that was terrible for the environment.
Yes, indeed. You remember the McDonald's song?
No.
Oh, I remember maybe the beginning of it. Because I remember the commercial, and the girls were doing double dutch. And it sang the McDonald's. It basically went through McDonald's menu. And let's see if I can think hard enough. I can remember the beginning of it because I was trying to learn it. I think I had what is that on the end? The fries?
No. Nuggets.
The nuggets?
Yeah.
Maybe I had the nuggets.
I had the nuggets and I had the fries.
I had the burger too.
I never had the burger.
I did.
Looking at the McDonald's Happy Meal toys.
Mm-hmm.
So, but those are cool. Like, yeah, I still have the fry ones, stuff like that, but those are awesome. I mean, something really cool. Now, another honorable mention: Bucky O'Hare.
Bucky O'Hare. They had toys for Bucky O'Hare.
Not a huge stuff for Bucky O'Hare.
Yeah,
but and I remember like we watched a little bit of the cartoon.
Yeah.
But like when we had gone to Service Merchandise, they were going like out of business, clearance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they had like all the toys were, like 80% off. So we went in there and they had like all the Bucky O'Hare toys like nobody wanted.
Yeah.
So my brother liked it and he bought everything. Like he bought pretty much every single figure they had, plus like the tow vehicles.
Yeah.
Because they actually had like Bucky O'Hare, and then you had Deadeye Duck with the 4 pistols. He was really cool. And you had Willie DeWitt, which is like the boy, you know what I mean?
Yes.
The human character for
Who
it.
was that guy?
Blinky, the robot.
Yep.
The Toads. You had the Air Marshal, which is a boss. The Toad Borg. Bruiser. That's the one we didn't get. Allen the Gator. Commander Dogstar, we had him. We had 2 of the Toad Troopers. And then they had the Toad Croaker, which is like the vehicle.
Yeah.
That's the Toad Croaker. And then they had the Toad Double Bubble. And that one, you could put 2 characters in. And it was kind of cool when you moved to the side of it. It was like a little thing inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
But they never had Bucky O'Hare's vehicle.
Yeah.
Like as far as I could tell, they never made it, which is...
it was big, huh?
It was that big red ship. And the name of it was... Oh, man. It's in the theme song, too, and I can't even think of it. Bucky, Captain Bucky O'Hare.
And that's pretty much as much I know, man.
It's funny because Friends of 80s Revisited, they just recently did an episode, and they tangented it off into Bucky O'Hare and Mask and some of these other toys and stuff like that. And it made me start thinking about some of these. But yeah, like the Bucky O'Hare video game is awesome, too.
The arcade, I played the arcade version.
The arcade one is really, really awesome. The NES one is really good, too. It's very rare, too.
Wow.
Now, I'm saying these honorable mentions, and I'm hoping that none of them are actually on your list.
No.
Well, got 3 more. Thundercats.
Thundercats is sort of on my list.
Okay, now I'm going to skip it. Marshall Bravestar.
No.
Okay. Marshall Bravestar, I didn't have any of the toys personally. My cousin had a couple of them. Cartoon was alright. It was pretty good, for what it was. The toys were huge, though. I mean, they're like as big as Barbie.
Really?
Yeah. But my cousin had Marshall Brave Star, and he had Handlebar, which is like the and he would throw like these like frisbees and stuff. His little disc.
Yeah.
And then always wanted, like I kind of like Marshall Brave Star, the cartoon itself.
Yeah.
I always wanted 30-30, like freaking horse turned into like a standing horse with a shotgun.
And it was Dirty
30-30.
Oh, 30-30. Dirty.
That's a stripper name.
A nasty stripper.
Those cards you get from Vegas. You ever seen those?
No.
If you go to Las Vegas, it's been a few years, but you can walk on the strip, and there's people just handing out these cards.
Yeah.
And the cards are like pictures of strippers.
Really?
And it's like $35, $45, you know?
Yeah.
You call them up and stuff like that, and like I had collected them like they were Pokemon cards when I was there, and I was like, oh man, I got the double this one. And it's like all these just like prostitutes, and the thing about them is like the cards, most of them are like almost partially nude. Like, like little stars and everything, whatever. But you know, it's,
I had their stats on it on the back or something.
I got the what is it, the holophone, the hologram one.
Yeah. You tilted and she's actually nude.
Right. No, but they actually have like, you know, like the prices.
Yeah.
And then like the thing that always like even then struck me, it was like, we'll be there in 30 minutes. I was like, man, like just how much you got to pay a taxi, and like $35 is not a lot.
It would be there in 30 minutes.
Be there in 30 minutes, like pizza.
Like pizza, yeah. 30 minutes of your money back, guaranteed.
The only thing I could think of was that like it's 30 minutes to come meet you, and like, hey, nice to meet you, blah blah, and they're like, you want to do anything else? Sure. That'll be $400.
Yeah. Or you will be done in 30 minutes.
And then like the scratch and sniff ones and everything.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I came back with like a
scratch and sniff.
Like I came back with like a big handful of those things. And they're funny because like once you get a little bit further down the strip, you see them all over the ground. Like people are just like,
oh my god,
because they just like somebody was just like, here you go, and you're like, what? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can't bring this home. Throw it on the ground.
All right, last honorable mention before we get into it: Tamagotchis.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know Tamagotchi?
What's some little toys with the things in the middle?
That's right.
Yeah. Digital things.
Yeah, it was like 1995, 96. Mm-hmm. Went to Florida for vacation and stuff, and then like actually had a tropical storm that was in the Gulf.
Oh, good.
So the weather got really bad. So wound up staying in the hotel for like 3 of the 5 days we were there.
Wow.
Because I mean, couldn't go on the beach. So I went to the Walmart to see if buy a board game or a toy for us to play. Yeah. And I had seen Tamagotchis like in GamePro or EGM or some magazine back in the day. And I was like, oh my god, those are the cool things from Japan. So me and my brother got one, and we were like hooked on those things.
Really?
Like we were just playing it. Like as soon as I got back to home where I had my Nintendo and stuff, I was like, see you later. But Tamagotchis, I mean, like it's basically you feed it, you take care of it, you play with it, you interact with it, you clean up its poop and stuff like that. But it was just these tiny little cat, very small.
Yeah.
And you try to see how long you can live. And I remember like when I was in school, there was a big thing about those that like, because if you don't feed it for a whole day, they'll die. Wow. So people would bring them to school and be like, I gotta feed my Tamagotchi. I dated this girl who was she had a Yoda Tamagotchi.
Really?
From Star Wars.
Yeah.
And she kept that thing alive for months.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I was just like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing over there? Oh, I'm feeding my Tamagotchi.
Slowly losing her mind. Oh my god.
All right. So, ready to get into this?
Yep.
All right, let's get into this and talk about our top 10. My number 10. It's a little toy from 1987, released by Mattel. Mad Scientist.
Mad Scientist.
Mad Scientist.
I don't know what that is.
It was this. There was probably about 10 different like little kits that came in the set.
Yeah.
But basically, it was I still don't know why my mom allowed this us to get this toy, because this and like the Hordak layer basically got all that slime banned from our house permanently. Like that slime you buy for 25 cents in the machine.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't bring that shit at home. That was like bringing like drugs home. What you got in your pocket? Nothing?
No.
Is that slime? If I gotta get that crap out the carpet again, I'm gonna beat you. But anyway, Mad Scientist was like these gross little toys, and they had like this one that was like these little skeletons, and you put like, it was like Play-Doh, you click onto the bodies, and you put them in a monster mold.
Yeah. Okay.
And then like you could peel off the nasty skin and show the bones and stuff. They had like the living ice. They had these little squishy ones with like where guts, like ooze would come out of the face.
Yeah.
But the one that I had got for Christmas was the mad scientist dissects an alien. It was this alien about this big, which does nothing for people listening. It's about the size of a football. And you would basically had 12 different organs. This chart you would put it on, a suture, and then a scalpel, and you put all the organs in there. They have to go a certain way to make it close it, and then you pour the glow in the dark ooze inside of it.
Glow in the dark ooze,
and then like it was just this you were pulling these organs out, just nasty slime.
Yeah,
and you just that's all you do.
That's it.
That's all you do.
Good.
And I loved it, man. Like that slime eventually dried out and became this nasty like rock. So I would actually like try to get the slime from the machines.
Yes,
which is. I don't even know what that stuff's made of. I think it's like some byproduct of plastic or something.
Yeah.
I was reading about.
You can probably make it yourself now. It has to be some YouTube video or something that can show you how to make slime.
Like ooze or gack.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, I loved it. Like there was different little kits, and they had this one that was like this big monster kit I never got. But you could buy like, like the big sets for like about $40 or something like that. Or you could buy like for $10, you could just buy like a little case of ooze and a little figure. And like, stick the figure in the ooze, and that's all you had to do. But mad scientist, yeah, great stuff, and very gross and very slimy. That's my number 10.
Number 10. All right, I really don't have mine in any order, but I will start with that honorable mention. I'll just go with Thundercats. And so, my favorite toy. Well, I actually didn't own my favorite toy, but I got the second best of my favorites, which was Lino.
Lino?
Yes. In which I had Lionel. For some reason, they bought my brother the same toy, which I hated that because which one is which?
Right.
I kept good care of mine. And my brother, he had this thing that he'd break the heads off of all his toys. How he did it, I don't know. If a head was missing, he did it.
Right.
So, but Lionel was cool, man. I mean, he had his own little glove. Now, for some reason, I don't remember the sword. I know he had a sword. Of course, he did.
He had the Sword of Omens.
Yeah.
I didn't have a single Thundercats toy growing up.
Really? Not one?
Not a one.
Wow.
But my cousin Randy had them all.
So he had a friend, had them all.
And I'd go over there. He had the Cat's Lair.
Yes.
And he had like Lino. He had the Melon Lumbra. But you put the little thing in their back in there, like he would light up.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yes.
Yeah, because I remember the toys. Like he had Panthro, Chitara.
That's the one I wanted, Panthro.
Panthro, yeah. Wily Cat, or whatever. Tigra. And then like they eventually came out with like remember they had more Thundercats that came in.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when he had stopped playing with them. But
I think everybody stopped playing around. Yeah. It's like these, stepchild Thundercats that came out of nowhere. Like, who are these people?
But he had like the pirates.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we used to play them a lot. They were big too.
Oh yeah, they were nice size, Yeah. Because most toys weren't as big as the girls had like their Barbies.
Right. And besides like Thundercats and Marshall Bravestar, everything else was kind of small. Compact,
yeah.
Right. I mean, it's like boys' toys are trying to be smaller. Now girls' toys are like, girls finally have their own Legos now.
Yeah.
Which I think is awesome. It's really cool that girls have their own Legos. But I wish they were same size. Because they interact with the boy Legos. But yeah, they're like totally different. Like the little figures.
Yeah, they are different.
But yeah, Thundercats are great. Did they make toys for when they did the resurgence, like the revamp for Thundercats?
No, if they did, I didn't see them. I didn't look them up or anything. And that show I thought it was pretty good, but it canceled quick. Yeah, they did one season, I think 26 episodes, and it was over.
Yeah, like, what the heck? About it. Same thing with Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
And the animation on that was great.
Right, yeah. Forgot all about that one.
All right, my number 9, also released in 1987. It's based off a live-action show, very, very early computer animation, Captain Power. And only 22 episodes, very short-lived. The figures are a little bit bigger than G.I. Joe's, but I really, really like the design of like all of them. I think the costumes were cool.
Yeah.
The bad guys are awesome. Like that dude Sauron. Like you ever seen him? Like the Birdman?
Now, Captain Power, that's the TV show you could shoot back at the screen or something. They had like the vest.
That's the one.
That's the one, yeah. Right.
Captain Power.
Oh, yeah.
Captain Power himself.
I remember both those toys. Yeah. I remember that one too.
Ships. But my man, the one that I love playing with, pulling it up for you, was Sauron. He was so awesome looking and stuff. And like I never had any of the ships or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I'd watch it like on Saturday mornings when they play, and I'll have my little figure in my hand, and I actually tried shooting at the screen with the laser tag stuff.
Yeah.
Because like the way it worked is like there would be certain flashing lights that would appear on the screen, and if you had the jet in your hand or you had like the little Captain Power base or whatever, if you had the base, it would make it light up and do stuff.
Yeah.
If you had the jets, you could actually shoot at it and get points. But if they did the shot at you, which was just the flashing lights, it would cause the cockpit to bust out and the pilot to fly out.
Wow.
But I'm in my feeble child mind, I'm sitting there like with my laser tag gun. I was like, I'm gonna change TV. like I'm thinking I'm gonna shoot somebody and they're gonna explode and be like, oh, I did that. So I tried a couple times and gave up.
Oh my god.
But it was cool, man. I mean, very very short storyline and stuff like that. But really 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 neat. I mean, you can buy the whole series. I think they put it on DVD.
Yeah.
Like, I think Shout Factory or whatever did the whole series. The early computer animation is really hard to watch.
Yeah, rough.
It's like rebooting some other crap.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. That's my number 9.
Shoot. Alright. I'm going to talk about a toy that's been around for a very long time. Actually, I'm looking at my list. A lot of these toys have been around for a while. But I'm going to go with Play-Doh.
Play-Doh. All right.
Man, I love Play-Doh. Yeah, I mean, I remember first getting it. I must have been, I want to say maybe 5 or 6. When you get old enough, just old enough so that if your parents tell you don't get that in the carpet, you understand. Now, whether that happens or not, that's a whole other story.
Right.
But I really like the generic Play-Doh. I like to get the little generic little machines that came with it. You can put Play-Doh in and squeeze out different shapes and stuff. I mean, Play-Doh is pretty cool. And once you get past that, the juvenile stage of making penises and balls and stuff, you can make some very interesting stuff with Play-Doh.
See, I'm still on that. I'm kidding. No, my first really, I knew what Play-Doh was, but my first actual Play-Doh set I owned, we went to a garage sale, and they had a Play-Doh hair factory.
Oh yeah,
and it was like these little people that shoved the Play-Doh in it, and like hair would come out
of the side,
cut it and whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, I used to like Play-Doh. Did you ever eat it?
No.
No.
Did you eat it?
Of course. It doesn't even smell good. It smells like salt.
Yeah, sweaty hands.
Right. Yeah, and Play-Doh's still going strong. I mean,
oh yeah,
especially when I worked at retail. It's like when the school's starting up. Where's the Play-Doh? Where's the Play-Doh? You're like, is that? Yeah, classic. My number 8 is actually an interactive kind of game. It's called Laser Tag.
Laser Tag.
It's released in 1986 by Worlds of Wonder. We had got it. I don't remember if it was a kid or not, but we had got 2 guns. You got 2 vests, and you got these little chest pieces, with like your little target reticle.
Yeah.
And it was basically like tag with lasers. And you, I just remember thinking it was amazing when we got it. And they always had the helmet. I wanted the helmet so bad.
Yeah.
But we have 13 acres. Well, now it's like people move there, but like when I was growing up, we had 13 acres so we could play.
Yeah.
And run from snakes or whatever. Bitch to cut. We had to have a tractor to cut it, but playing laser tag out there was a blast.
Yeah.
My brother would cheat a lot. I know he turned his little chest piece off. But I remember laser tag came out, and at the same time, Photon came out. And I remember thinking it was kind of like GoBots versus Transformers, Coke versus Pepsi's. I was just like, Photon is stupid. And then we actually went to Baton Rouge, and they have a Photon Center. And they're like, hey, you want to go play tag and stuff? Like, laser tag? It's like, hell yeah. And we get over there, and it was like, Photon. I was like, oh man.
I don't play
that garbage. But I had so much fun. Just actually had, they tell you not to run, but everybody's running in there. Of course. And Photon was actually cooler because they actually had you couldn't turn your stuff off because it was connected with a cord. That's the ones there. And then for the kids that were too small, they actually had glass, these walkways with glass.
Yeah.
And the kids were underneath there with these guns shooting up at you.
Oh man.
Oh, so much fun. So much fun. So yeah, and it still exists today. There's still centers where you can go play it and everything, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It started from a military thing, like in 1979, and now people play paintball or still play that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really fun.
Laser tag. All right. I'm gonna go with the. You might have this one on your list. Turtles.
Turtles. It's up there. We can double dive on it.
Double dive. So my favorite 2 turtles, because I just liked the way they looked, was Leonardo. I like swords.
Right.
And
which one was the first one you got? Because
Leonardo.
Okay, I'll when I get there, I'll talk about it too.
Yeah, the first one I got was Leonardo, which was one of my favorites, and the last turtle figure I got, which was another favorite of mine, was the rabbit guy, Yojimbo.
Yusaki Yojimbo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, I like the way that he had a sword. He was a samurai, so I always had him and Leonardo fighting against each other.
I'll ask you this because I did this when I was a kid. They had the straps that went over their shoulders and stuff like that.
Yes.
And Donatello's straps go across. Leonardo's straps goes like this.
Yeah.
Did you ever pull it to where you can actually fix it like that?
No.
I did that when I was a kid. I was like, this isn't right. Yeah, Turtles toys, like me, I collected them forever, and then my brother got into it quite a bit too.
Yeah.
So we basically both kind of collected, and I would, even when I was getting older, I would still kind of mess around and play with him.
Yeah. And
it's really awesome. I actually have. We'll talk about now. I have the NECA Turtles that came out. It's been about 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
But it's based off the comic series. It's
the
original red Turtles. And those are really awesome. But they did a movie line. Have you seen those? Not a movie line, a cartoon line.
I don't know the cartoon line.
I have to show you a picture of it. It's basically these. They sell them at Toys R Us and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's like the classic Turtles from the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And they got the cartoon eyes and everything. So they're really, really super detailed. And you can pose them in pretty much any pose you want. They're super articulated. Mm-hmm. Not like the old Turtles where it was just wrist.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, which ones? You had them all?
Oh no,
all 4, or at least
no. I don't even think we had all 4. It was we might have been missing. That's the new ones, the cartoon ones.
Yeah.
Okay. They do look better than the ones we had.
Well, yeah. I mean, I remember did you ever put eyes on them? I drew eyes on mine.
No.
I got a Sharpie and I was like, tap, tap.
No.
Yeah, I did that.
Just ruining your toys, man.
Well, because I remember this is the Rocksteady Bebop as well.
Yeah. See, my brother had Rocksteady Bebop.
I had those too. I'll get into that. But yeah, they had the movie that Ninja Turtles 3 came out, or Ninja Turtles 2. Mm-hmm. They did the movie figures.
Yeah.
And the movie figures were really soft, and they had eyes and everything. Stuff. And I was like, finally, these guys have eyeballs. All right. My number 7 is toys from 1988. It's based off a cartoon, a lot of these toy lines.
Yes.
Where
they had a cartoon that came out afterwards too.
Dino Riders.
Wow.
And these toys are awesome. You remember these?
No,
you don't remember Dino Riders.
No,
Dino Riders it was aliens and I think some other humans, and basically they would fight on these dinosaurs, but they put weapons on them, so they would have I'm trying to find a picture for you. They would have cannons, and there was a brontosaurus that had these salvos and missiles on the side of them that would open up and everything.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was really, really awesome. And the toys, they were really cool because some of them were actually motorized and stuff. You could do different things with that. The cartoon, I couldn't tell you anything about the cartoon. But because I remember Dinosaurs more than that.
Yes, I do remember Dinosaurs.
Putting up right.
They had toys too, but I didn't know any of those.
For Dinosaurs?
Yeah.
See, I don't remember any Dinosaurs toys.
Oh yeah.
So, Dino Rider.
Look at that. I'm sure somebody in my family had that. It looks familiar.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of them. I think they did 3 different series for them. But the thing that was cool about Dino Riders is they were really, really detailed. Mm-hmm. The characters were about the size as G.I. Joes. I mean, they were motorized. I remember the T-Rex one was one of the biggest toy boxes. I never had it. Mm-hmm. But, in the store, it was just this giant toy box. I was like, oh my god, I need this. My cousin had a whole bunch of them. When I went to play at his house, we would play with them. Mm-hmm. But one thing that's cool is you can actually take off their armor and their weapons and everything.
Yeah.
And you can just have a dinosaur to play with, And, what kid doesn't like dinosaurs? But yeah, I'm gonna have to look up the Dinosaurs toys because that show had the best theme song ever.
Oh yeah.
Dinosaurs.
Yes, indeed.
The thing about that show, it played at this weird time. Same as another toy on my list. Mm-hmm. It would play at I think 6:30.
Yeah, 6:30 in the morning.
and my bus came at like 6:45. So I'd be like hanging hanging on the edge of the TV, like looking out the window, and then running down the street as fast as I could to catch my bus. But I try to get like that 15 minutes in.
Yes, indeed.
And then, like the whole way on the way to school, I'd be like, man, I wonder what happened. I wonder if they're okay. I hope they're okay.
I hope they're okay. Of course they're okay.
Yeah. And it was crap too, man, because they played like My Little Pony before that, and then like either Mask or Dino Saucers after. I was like, man, switch this around, please. I don't want to know about My Little Pony anymore.
My Little Pony. Woo.
Which is still going strong.
It's still going strong, man.
Some
no Dino Saucers, but My Little Pony is going strong.
Some bronies out there.
Golly, man. Golly. We need some Dino Sauceronis or something.
That's right. Sounds like a Chef Boyardee.
Yes, it does.
Red dye number 5.
All right. I'm gonna go with. Let's see what else I played with a lot. Here, plastic playhouse sets. Now I'm okay because there's no real word for this, but the little playhouse sets that come with it'd be a kitchen or something like that. Usually girls play with these things, I know, but if I'm playing with my cousin or I'm at school, I'm trying to think of he comes with a stove.
I know what you're talking about, and I'm trying to remember that name of that store they used to have when I was a kid.
A lot of stores sell these things, though.
But it was like one store. It was like a craft store.
Really?
I can't remember what it was. It was in Iberia. I want to say it was like Old American or something like that.
Never heard of it.
I don't know. But they basically had in the front. They had like models and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You used to be able to buy models and stuff at Walmart and everything.
Yeah.
But this place had like a whole giant row full of models.
Yeah.
But in the front, they had all these like playhouses with all the stuff in it. It was like super detailed. Like you had your bathrooms and your kitchen and stuff. And I remember I used to just look at it and be like, "That's so deep. Like there's so much stuff." But yeah, I never touched a single one of them.
Oh man! Well, like I said, if I was at school and I was playing with the girls, which technically was quite often, playing house or you're playing school and stuff like that.
Right.
Spend a lot of time with these things, cooking or being the principal of some school myself, stuff like that. I guess I also could throw into the mix with stuffed animals. Any animal that was stuffed at the time was a student or a child and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So, I spend a lot of time playing with that kind of stuff all the time. The majority of my family, when it comes to my cousins, I play with all girls.
Right. Well, like when I would go, I mentioned before, probably on Sundays we would go to church, and then we'd go to my aunt's house for a couple hours.
Yeah,
because they go to church at like 8 or 9, and we're at my aunt's house till about noon or 1.
Wow.
And then we go home. But while I was at my cousin's house, it was either watch Annie, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast sometimes, or I'm trying to remember what else she had.
Me.
Yeah, or play we play NES, but like it was hard to pull away Mario 3.
Yeah,
and I was kind of tired of Mario 3 because I flipped it like 5 times. So I was the first one to beat it.
Yeah,
and I was like, let's play Monster Party or Paperboy or Tetris, and I was like, no, we want to play Mario again. I was like, oh man. So every once in a while I'd go play with my other cousin.
Yeah,
and it was either Barbie or something like that. But I'd play Ken.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I brought Duke along.
Yeah.
He's gonna ride on Barbie's back.
Basically.
Yeah.
You too small for me, baby.
Man. I'll tell you some 2 funny stories about my aunt and uncle's house because they never listen to this ever. Like we went there until I was like becoming an adolescent. We're probably like 14, 15.
Yeah.
And one thing about my aunt's house, they had that one room that you weren't allowed to go in. Mm-hmm. It was like their storage room, whatever. Every once in a while you get a peek of that room. And I was like, now it's like a bedroom, whatever. But well, maybe not anymore. But I just remember when I was a kid, like, what's in there?
What's in that room?
Yes. You can't go in there. Well, they had this. I think they had 2 or 3 bathrooms, but at least 2 bathrooms that I've been in because I don't know what's in that other magical room. But there was another bathroom that my uncle had that was like kind of off the, like in the corner kind of.
Yeah.
It was like the house was pretty old, but like you had like the kitchen and dining room, and then you had like this laundry room, and then you go past the laundry room, and there was like another little storage room.
Yeah.
And then like a bathroom behind that.
Wow.
So one day I was like, I'm gonna go use the man's room.
The man's room.
So I'm walking back there. Well, in the extra room, it had a big rug, and I was barefoot, and I'm walking across this rug, and all of a sudden I step on something that was like not floor, like it was raised higher than the. So I pulled the rug back. Nudie books.
Whoa, shucks.
Every time I went there, I was using that bathroom. Yeah, I found my uncle's stash.
Oh my god, stuck it in there. He didn't even try to hide it, really.
It was just one of those things. I was like, "What is this?" And I pulled back, and I just remember I was like, "Oh, okay."
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, man, you gotta like tap on the wall and find that secret.
Oh,
apartment.
my cousin. I remember like he called me over to come look. He lived in this apartment building. I was not too far from him, but like a lot of apartments, you have like the closet for the air conditioner.
Yeah,
and you open it if you look past the air conditioner, it's like almost like a pit, like for like the vent collects and stuff.
Yes.
And it was just stacked full of tapes.
Wow.
And he was like, "Look at all this crap," and it was just like
it was in his apartment.
Yeah. So I heard move there. I was like, "All right, I'm a new present for the next person."
Yeah, really, right? Oh, he forgot it. No, nothing like that. You don't forget.
No.
Forgot my tapes.
Oh no.
That was from the 70s.
Some were. But all right, my number 6 is a toy. Well, I won't say it's a toy, but bogglings.
What?
Bogglings from 1987.
Bogglings.
James face.
John keep bringing up this stuff I heard. I'm completely forgotten about.
I'm gonna show you, and you'll be like, "Holy crap!" Remember those things?
Let's see what a boggling is.
Bogglings were.
What the heck is that? Look like something from one of those movies.
They were basically puppets.
Yeah. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah.
They were kind of remind me of what's the name of that movie? Basket Keys.
A little bit, yeah. But bogglings were little gross little puppets.
Yes.
And I used to scare the shit out of my brother with the bogglings.
Are you serious?
I still have one of them. But they're I'm sure he thought it was like some kind of demon or whatever. But they're best known for their commercial. Mm-hmm. Which I'll show you. I have to show you too.
Yeah.
They're great.
If I saw the commercial, you could probably come back to me real.
Yeah. And then their boxes, of course, look like cages. So that was really cool. But yeah, like I want to say about 4 of them. And then like they had like normal size bogglings that you kind of hold in your hand like this and just kind of like make it talk and couldn't do much more than that. But then they had like the bigger bogglings where you actually like had a switch in it. You can make their eyes go back and forth.
Yeah.
And then like you had little finger bogglings, which I didn't have a single one of those. But I had the pumpkin one, the Halloween one, the green one, a purple one, some other. But yeah, pop out. My brother would be just sitting there like taking a shower, boggling pop out. That and my buddy.
My buddy, that creepy little thing. Looks like Chucky.
That's why my buddy looked Chucky was a parody of that. But yeah, my buddy, we'd be in the store and I just find my buddy and be like, "Look at this." Dude, he's gone.
Oh my goodness.
All right. What number are you on?
I have no idea. I'm just crossing out stuff as I go through. Let's see. My next one is going to be Mr. T.
Mr. T?
Heck yeah.
Is it the 18 toys or just Mr. T?
I think it was just Mr. T. I don't think it was 18 toy.
All right.
It was just him. Because I don't remember any of the other 18 members getting a toy.
But they had 18 toys and they're really awesome.
Were they big? Mr. T was pretty big.
Not that big.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to recall the box, and the box just said Mr. T. So I think he was just popular enough that he had his own little thing going. But Mr. T was cool for the simple fact that he was close to the size of Barbie.
Oh yeah.
And so I go to my cousin's house. She had a Barbie by Mr. T. We can get it on. I pity the fool getting his way. So I play full size Mr. T. Yep, that's not the one.
Okay, that's
not. But he did look like that though. He just had. I remember Mr. T just written on the box. No, not that one. Oh my god, that looks terrible.
That was life size, man.
Oh my goodness, that looks like him.
I think that's cool. That's from the 18
That's
line.
the 18 wood. Man, I guess I'm remembering wrong, man. I guess he was part of the 18, even though I don't remember anybody else. No, it wasn't that one.
Talking Mr. T.
He talked to you. Oh man.
Yeah, that's the 18 toys.
Yeah, see, I don't remember the 18 written on the top, but I guess it was.
Yeah, we had a bunch of those.
Mr. T. Because he had his own cartoon and everything.
Look at this flash drive real quick.
Oh, who that supposed to be Rocky?
Yeah.
That's messed up. Always put those things in odd places.
Rocky flash drive. I watched an article about that. It was like offensive toys.
Yeah.
And they had like the Rabbit piece Tarzan.
Yeah, I remember the Tarzan. I've seen the Tarzan toy.
Yeah. That thing, like, first of all, he looks like he's masturbating. Second of all, you can record your own message.
I know.
Some kid just comes pick him up and like he's like, "Oh, watch this."
Well, I did. I'm feeding myself.
Ooh. All right. My number 5 is McFarlane Toys.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
he did the Spawns and
Right.
the. He's still making toys?
Yes.
Really?
Oh yeah. You can go to Toys R Us and pick them up all the time. They got
Yeah.
some good ones. Well, I got in the comics like in middle school. I really loved Spider-Man, and then Todd McFarlane did the cover to Spider-Man #1 because it went from Amazing Spider-Man to Spectacular Spider-Man, the Web of Spider-Man. They just had Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know.
And then I loved that art. Like, it was really good. The first issues were about him fighting the lizard and Kraven and stuff. It was really awesome. And I started to follow him. Like, anything he did after that, I was like, oh, what's going on with that? But he started his own comic company, or they went to Image.
Image, yeah.
And then he started a comic called Spawn. And, I mean, huge hit in the 90s. Like,
Yeah.
Spawn had his own... you had toys. You had your own cartoon series on HBO.
Yeah.
And an awful movie. But I love the toys. I got into them about Series 2. And I went back and got some of the Series 1 ones. But I collected them for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I had a ton of them.
Wow.
But he started doing spin-offs. So he did like the Metal Gear figures.
Yeah.
But he did some like the horror ones. Like he would do like Freddy and Jason and stuff. But he did these ones that were like themed on like classic, like his interpretation of classic horror. So
Okay.
they had like the Frankenstein one, the Dracula, the Wolfman one. And the detail, these like little play sets were so amazing. Like you got all these different little accessories and stuff like that. Like for the Frankenstein one, you had all the different little tools and stuff. And I mean, they were just big enough, like you could put them on your shelf. Like it wasn't like super huge.
Yeah.
And a Wolfman one, you could like pull there was a hunter you could pull apart and stuff, and like have them hanging off the Wolfman. But yeah, these are awesome. And you can go to like the McFarlane website and you can kind of scroll down, and like look at all the different figures and stuff. But I mean, not always the best for articulation. They're not like they're more for like show than play for the most part. But they always did come with a bunch of cool stuff like Ninja Spawn. I had a bunch of those. I had some of the movie ones. And the weird thing is, like, I probably had about 30 of these figures still in the package.
Wow.
And I was moving, and I was like, I got way too much crap. So there was this girl that I kind of liked, and she had a son, and her son was like 9. I just gave him like this whole box of Spawn figures.
Wow.
So I don't know if he kept them or threw them in the trash.
Yeah.
Who knows?
They give me nightmares.
Yeah.
Oh my god. One of them things, the price of the Spawn figures, they went up over the years. Like for the new ones.
Some of them, like, to buy them, you mean, or to sell them?
To buy them, yeah.
I hadn't really looked at them well. I mean, they're about, the ones that you see at Toys R Us and stuff like that, like the McFarlane Toys.
Yeah.
About $15 to $20.
Yeah.
For a figure. I mean, you get like a nice case, and like box for it. Like, it's not, they're not cheap.
Yeah.
But, and you can get them at like FYE and stuff. And I'm sure you can just buy them on Spawn.com.
Yeah.
And they had some cool variants too, man. Like, they had like the rare variants for some of the figures and stuff that was cool, like the short packed, which a lot of comics figures do.
Yeah.
And I had one. It was, I can't remember what character it was now, but he had two guns in the box, and it was pretty rare. And I was like, I'm gonna turn around and sell it. But yeah, I used to have like in my room, I had like all these Spawn figures along the wall, like with like I had a push pin.
Yeah.
And I had the Spawn figures hanging. I'm sure any girl that came in my room was just like, oh my god.
See, my game room is like that now. I push pin Spawn, well not Spawn, but figures all over. Mass Effect and Dragon Quest 8. I'm trying to think what else is on my wall. God of War. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put in the show notes. I'll put like some McFarlane link on there. Check them out. But all right.
Well, since we're talking about comic books, there was this. The thing is, I can't remember the name of the toy line, but it was a Marvel Toys, and I had one of my favorites, Captain America.
Is it like kind of more recent?
No,
Okay.
This is from the, I want to say, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, the shields with them, like the.
Well, the thing is, I don't remember any of the little extra pieces that's the accessories. I just remember the man himself. The
Right.
same thing. I had Magneto. Who did my brother have? I'm trying to think. Some of my brother. He had some strange, some characters I don't remember. Some guy who was all yellow. I can't think of his name. But also with those toys, they also had DC had their own little toy line, because my favorite toy out of that one, which were around the same time, was Dr. Fate.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
Now, Dr. Fate, I had no idea who he was, but he looked cool with that, that yellow mask on. That's them.
Yeah, I figured that's what you're talking about, because
Yep.
it's from the Marvel Secret Wars.
Okay.
And they came with shields because I actually had Spider-Man, and then I got Wolverine, and we had just one of the very few times Louisiana actually had got snow. So we went outside playing with them, and we were like making like a little base.
Yeah,
we had snow, and we left them out there overnight.
Oh,
and dude, they just, I don't know if some kid in the neighborhood or a coyote or something came by, but I remember like digging in the earth, like, where did he go? Where did he go?
And we're like the boy who could fly was Fred Savage.
Right.
I gotta dig him up.
So yeah, I never saw him again.
Man, that's messed up. What about the DC toys? You ever had those?
I didn't have any DC toys, but I remember like it had to be like the late 80s or whatever. No, maybe the early 90s. Marvel started putting out some toys from. They were a little bit more interactive, like Cyclops. I still have Cyclops. He had a little button on the back, and his little visor would light up. Venom had a hole in his chest, and you could push this goop through him, like this like symbiote goo. They had a Magneto. I want to say they had quite a bit of them, but they were like 4 points of articulation, 5 points of articulation. You move your legs up and down. You you turn your head. That's it.
That's about it.
Couldn't really pose them. But yeah, I thought they were really cool because like it was like I was kind of getting back into comics. I remember like it was the worst experience for me because we go there with my grandma and my uncle.
Yeah,
and my uncle had this piece of shit pickup truck that he drove until like it was like nothing left to it. This truck was like a 1980 Ford pickup truck.
Yeah,
and we're driving it like in the late like mid 90s and stuff.
Yeah,
like it was probably like 94 or something like that. Maybe a little earlier. Anyway, doesn't matter for that. But we would ride to Toys R Us or go to the mall, and I would have to ride in the back of the truck because there wasn't any room. Because it's like my grandma and you had him, and then the shifter is like in the floor. So. And I couldn't stand there because like they had a hole in the floor too. Like it was one of those trucks. Well, it was one of those trucks that had the shifter was on the column, and then like it broke, and he like fixed it and made it to a manual shifter on the floor. Yeah. So he basically like cut a hole in the floor of this truck, and like had a shifter come out of it. But so I'll ride in the back, and he had like a camper top on the back. Yeah. And then like all of his tools and just random shit back there. Yeah. So I'd be back there, and I'd be like, it'd be kind of cool. But on the way back, it'd usually be dark. So I'd be there with my figures in the dark, like, how much longer until we get home? Not fun.
Not fun. Shoot, I remember one of the things about the DC toys that there's one of those toys you could push the legs together and their arms would move.
Oh, I had a lot of wrestling figures like that. I had a bunch of. I wanted this kick about wrestling figures for a while, and I still have most of them.
Really?
Yeah, like. I have Big Boss Man, $1 Million Man, Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Jimmy Superfly. But I have this one Macho Man figure, and this thing had to be designed by some evil mad scientist. Because basically he's supposed to clothesline, so he has an arm like that can kind of close and open like this. Yeah. But he's a hinge on his waist, so you pull him back by the waist, and then he swings that arm around, and that thing must have like probably 100 pounds of pressure. Because we were putting nicks in the walls with that guy. Like you put that on somebody's knuckles, like it was inhumanly strong. Like deadly.
we getting calls.
Yeah. I still have it. When you like flick somebody on their cheek.
Oh my god, your Macho Man is knocking out kids across America.
Right. Recall. All right. My number 4 is a little toy called Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe.
Yes, I loved and I played with this gay icon hero when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, these toys were awesome. And they were really cool. They were like so varied, right? Different, like none of the characters look the same. Not a single one, Like everyone was very unique. And there were so many of them. I forgot how long it lasted.
But I don't know.
Eman Figures for a while, and it was based off the cartoon, of course. One of the things that I really liked about the toys that wasn't in the cartoon ever that I would also do was He-Man and Skeletor swords were halves, and they had like a little notch in it. Yeah, so you could actually take their two swords and put them together. And for me, that was always part of my play. Yeah, get them two swords together. And whoever has a sword has the power. So, but yeah, like. Cool vehicles. I didn't have a whole lot of the vehicles for it. I had like the Spinzor, which is like it looked like a spider, and had like these blades around it. Yeah. I had this green one that would walk, and like tracks would come around. I had I wish I would have read the names for all of them. but it had like a ram on it. They had the Sky Sled. They had, but I had Castle Grayskull.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have kept it. I know Trey from Asia Visit still has it. But I always wanted Snake Mountain.
Snake Mountain.
And I mean, it looks so cool. You get a little bridge you across, and you can pull it, and it fall. And you had a little snake microphone. You're like, "Well, can I take your order?" It was so cool. Like some of my favorite figures from He-Man. I loved Many Faces. Yeah, him and like they had a Cyclops one too that did the same thing. Many Faces. Fisto was awesome. His mustache and like his little Evelyn. Evelyn was hot. Hordak was cool. I liked him.
Oh god.
I like the battle armor figures where you'd hit him in the chest and it would like damage.
Yeah.
I had some Hot Wheels that did that too. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
King Hiss, which is cool. Like look like a normal guy and you break him apart and he's a snake. Was a man.
I was a man.
Cyclone. He was one of those ones that you squeeze his legs and he'd spin.
Mm-hmm.
Moss Man smelled like pine.
He smelled like pine?
Yeah, there was two figures that there was Moss Man.
Yeah.
And he was like kind of furry and he smelled like pine.
You think he smelled like moss?
But then there was a Stinkor. Stinkor is one of those toys that you go to the last minute to buy a toy for your kid, and you're like, I need He-Man or I need Man at Arms, and you get over there and it's like 50 Stinkors. But the thing about Stinkor, when they made the plastic for him, they used patchouli to like make the plastic.
Yeah.
So he permanently stunk.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was just a skunk, man.
What would they name him then?
It was a skunk, man.
Why they just call him Skunk?
Oh man, you don't remember that?
No. Stinkor.
There was the
I thought Fisto was too bad, but Stinkor, that just took it to another level. Oh my gosh, he is a skunk.
Yeah, that's right.
Whew, man.
And dude, I think to this day, if you still have one, they still stink. But yeah, that was his. He came with a shield and some heavy BO.
He don't need a shield.
You gotta save himself. Let's see, they had man. I'm trying to remember some other ones. They had like this crab dude you could put together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They had this leech dude you could stick on the wall. He had the suction cups. I always wanted Tila.
Who's Tila? Oh yeah, I know who Tila is.
Yeah. They had a figure named after my ex, Faker. That was the blue He-Man. Like it's kind of like the Bizarro.
Yeah.
And he just like he looked just like Prince Adam, but like he was blue. Supposed to go in there and be like, oh, hook up with Tila and still made it on lunch. He-Man's being a jerk. My favorite toy though for He-Man.
Oh my gosh.
Was not Battle Cat. Wasn't Skeletor. It was Trapjaw.
Trapjaw.
Remember Trapjaw?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, cool guy. Had like a little movable face in the front, like a little jaw, obviously. Yeah. But his right arm it was like he was half mechanical. Mm-hmm. So his right arm, he had a hook, he had a laser gun, and a claw. But you could switch them out.
Yeah.
And then on top of his head, he had this tiny little loop, so you could like take a kite string or whatever and just swing him down, bust some ass. And then the one toy that I always wanted, and I've never even seen it. I saw it like in a Sears catalog or something. Was Eternia. You ever seen that thing?
No.
Pull it up right.
The Sears catalog. That should have been on the list. I spent hours flipping through that thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Eternia. Man, I can't remember how much it cost when it back in when it was originally came out.
Mm-hmm.
It came out in 1986, 97. It was produced by Mattel. Let's see. It's yeah. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, Eternia has 3 play sets in one. So you have a Castle Grayskull Tower, you have a Snake Mountain Tower, and you have the Eternia Tower. And you have a monorail kind of that goes around it. And yeah, of course, this is what you saw in the Sears catalog, and I was like, holy crap, look at that. Because they got figures everywhere, and like a battle going on, like a diorama.
You spent forever to stare at that photo.
Oh, I did. I totally did. But yeah, I didn't get that. I wanted to actually get in the Hordak's base. Hordak had the Fright Zone.
The Fright Zone.
Fright Zone was cool because you had like a cage you could put your guys in. You had a tree that would grab you, and then you had this one part where you could put nasty ooze and pour us away. But yeah, That's my number 4. Some He-Man.
He-Man, the Masters of the Universe. All right, let's see. I should group all these together. Maybe not. Maybe I will. I'm gonna go with Hardwood unit blocks. Now these blocks, they made out of wood and they come in different shapes. I don't know if you've ever seen them before. I tried looking for them online. They're freaking expensive. Mm-hmm. For some reason, it's almost like $1 a block. There's this cheap version of it called Melissa and Doug wood blocks.
I know those are.
Those are in color. Well, these blocks, the ones I'm talking about, are bigger and they're not in color. They're just regular wood color. And my brother and I would build houses out of them. We would build, yes, those are it.
I remember seeing those. Yeah,
we would build houses out of them. We would build roads, and we would play G.I. Joe and Transformers and stuff, building the stuff. If a building was falling, they'd be sitting there. Oh no! It fell in, it did die. Right. Great. My grandma bought us those blocks, and we played with them forever until we lost them all.
Daniel Tiger has those. Build towers. Yeah, I remember those. I didn't have any of those. For our G.I. Joe bases, we had like a Little People. Remember Little People?
See, that was going to be on my. I thought about adding that to this one because the Little People had like we had the farm,
right,
and the parking garage tower. This is back when Little People had with a head and not just a block body. Now they just more sophisticated looking Little People now.
I always had the cop. Cop was the man.
Yeah.
But Little People, like they had it might have been Sesame Street. We had like this building, like you open up, and you spread it out, and there's like a sidewalk and everything, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And man, that was used for everything. Ninja Turtles were fighting over there. G.I. Joe was fighting over there. Take Lady J back over there for some alone time.
Alone time.
All right. My number 3, best theme song ever. Not really. Mask. 1985 Mobile Armored Strike Command. Me and my brother flipped when these toys came out.
What?
I mean, I believe this is the reason that our first car was a Camaro. Because I was like, the hero has a Camaro, I gotta have a Camaro.
I need a Camaro.
But yeah, these were awesome. Mask was so cool. They were like basically like vehicles that would turn into other vehicles.
Yep.
But when they turned into other vehicles, they had guns and weapons and missiles and launching spring-loaded crap. Just some of it was just really using your imagination. But they had the first line was really cool. You had like a Condor, which is like a green motorcycle that would turn into a helicopter. You had the Switchblade, which is a plane that would turn a helicopter that turns into a plane. Thunderhawk, Camaro turns into like some kind of flying vehicle. Yeah, the Rhino Rig, and man, we had a lot of these things. But they had a cartoon series that I loved, and they went like every character had a mask. They put the mask on to get special powers, and unless you really watched the cartoon, or I think there was a comic part too, it was not very. The boxes didn't really explain much. It was just kind of like, hey, this is Jackhammer with this character. It wasn't like the mask featuring, because like some of them had like telekinesis or fire, and just random stuff like that. And then they made mask figures that were like split seconds, where you get the driver, and then you got like a clone of the driver.
Wow.
Some of those were kind of neat, but I loved them. They were my brother collected them for quite a few years, but some of my favorites was Firecracker. It was this orange pickup truck, and the pickup truck you like would kind of like raise up, had like a motorcycle on the back, which was really cool. Jackhammer was really cool. That was a Ford Bronco, and like came with OJ and Alpha.
Yep.
But that one like slide up and had like a gun turret on the back. It was really cool. Manta, which was like a Nissan 300, that like wings came out of it and everything. Raven was probably my favorite. Raven was a black Corvette. Me and my brother, it was like we would rarely ever get the same toy.
Yeah,
it wasn't like you and your brother like if we would have to decide who was getting one thing and one was going to get the other, so we could play together. You know, but the Raven was the one time where we're like, we both want the same toy because this is awesome black Camaro.
Yeah,
that came with this dude. I still remember his name, Calhoun Burns.
Calhoun.
But like the doors, the gold wings would come down, and like the front of it would flip. It was really cool. My favorite part was like the back. You press the button on the license plate, and like the little turbines would pop up, and it was so cool, man. Like the guy, like even the figure looked cool because like most of them, kind of plain looking. But like Calhoun, man, like he had like a cool color scheme, which I'm trying to pull up for you to see. Yeah, that's the Raven.
Well, look at that.
But yeah, he had the cool helmet. That's what it looks like untransformed.
So it turned into a boat?
It was like a jet kind of.
Oh, okay.
So like these two blades that would shoot out. These are guns. 'Cause that's kind of what happens. This you press a button on the side and that completely flip. You open the doors and you press the button on the back. The little thing will pop up on the back. Put his little mask on and stuff like that. But yeah, I was so driving up in the Corvette, turn into a jet.
Heck yeah. Pick up some ladies with that, boy.
Yeah, 2 or 3 masked ladies. But speaking of, the Thunderhawk was the Camaro, like I said, that was cool. But the Holy Grail, the one I always wanted, and I never, I saw it in the cartoon. Even in the cartoon, I was like, it was rare. That popped up was Stiletto, and the Stiletto was actually a white Lamborghini.
Really?
Yeah. And I wanted that so bad, and like never saw it in the stores. I had like a bunch of the other ones. I had like Razorback. I'm trying to find the ones I can show you. I always wanted Boulder Hill too, which is like their base. You know, anything like that is super expensive. But yeah, this is like I said, not very entertaining for anyone else. That's the Stiletto.
Wow, okay.
And it was a white Lamborghini. It also came with one of the few girl figures for it. So,
I was about to say, a girl must drive that one, huh?
Because
wearing stilettos.
You need some girls. Because when we played, and it turns into like kind of a helicopter. Not the coolest of the mass vehicles, but it's a Lamborghini, man. You're a kid. You want the damn Lamborghini. Because most of the vehicles they had like RVs and 18 wheels and stuff.
Yeah.
And they went on for like one more line after that, but they were awesome. So that's why Mask is my number 3.
Number 3. All right, let's see. Well, a toy I probably played with the longest. Legos. Yep. I was playing hardcore Legos until the age of embarrassingly 14, 15 years old.
Remember that?
No, I'm talking about like, I'm not saying, oh look, I'm playing with these Lego 15 minutes. No, I mean like actually trying to build crap. Me and some friends and I, yeah. I mean, we play games and stuff too, but
right.
But if for some reason it only lasts for about maybe a few months or so, then we grow out, and then it got to a regular, normal, older teenager / adult playing with Legos. You know, you kind of build something with some other kids,
right?
But
think about Legos. Sometimes when we were kids, you didn't get like a kit of Legos. Like now, like
I said,
right.
I was about to say that because we didn't get kits. I mean, they had them. But they were always expensive, and you didn't get much.
Those pirates or castles or something.
Yeah, something like that. Something still generic enough.
Right.
You know. But nowadays, it's like, what? Everything has like a special little thing.
Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles.
Star Wars. My gosh, Star Wars
are expensive.
Yes.
Yeah. The Simpsons ones. Oh my god, those are expensive.
No, I didn't know they had the Simpsons one.
Yeah, the Simpsons, they did the house. The house was like, it was like $100-something.
God.
They did the quick stop, Quickie Mart.
Yeah.
And those are, so awesome. But goodness Christ! And like the minifigs when we were kids were pretty generic too. And like now, like they got a minifig for everything.
Yeah, they do.
Because I was for a while, I was like looking at them. I had like a little app and all to see some of those ones that were coming out.
Yeah.
But I was just recently playing with my nephews, and they were playing with Legos. They were playing with like some ice ones or whatever. And it's just like you have Legos and you have Mega Blocks, which is like the redhead stepchild for Legos.
Yes.
But they have like Halo and then like Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
And like Skylanders, some other stuff. So it's just like, man. But the thing that's so crazy about Legos, in the like late 90s or whatever, Legos was about to go bankrupt. Like it was just like so, and they turned that company completely around. And now it's like,
and my guess is they probably went, that specialty. That's why we got so much, Star Wars, different themes.
Right.
That's probably what saved them.
Yeah.
Because when I look back, my friends and I, we would just buy a big bag of Legos, and then you would buy like one of those manuals, like one of those big books that had all kind of stuff in it.
Right.
And then you would build stuff off of that, and then you make up your own.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I never really see anybody make their own thing, I guess.
You can go online. There's custom Legos.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like people building like crazy stuff. Like I saw some dude build like the Apollo rocket. It was like the size of a room.
Mm-hmm.
I actually saw a guy who built a Lego machine, like a whole room. It was like a Lego machine that built little Lego cars.
Sure.
That actually worked. But me and my brother was playing Legos, and I had built, because this is the same thing. We didn't have sets, so I had built this helicopter, Like it was like an awesome red helicopter. Had a cockpit on it. I had this guy like a Lego toy. I had taken like a fingernail file or whatever, and I scratched off the front of his chest.
Yeah.
So he was just like this red jumpsuit. And he had like the white hair. He's like the coolest looking Lego I have. Black visor. He was like the man. And that was his copter.
Yeah.
And then my brother was like, I need some parts to build something. I was like, don't you touch my damn helicopter.
You better buy some more.
Yeah. But I ever told you about when I got the tumbler?
No.
I got the tumbler from Toys R Us, whatever. It was when Batman came out. The Lego tumbler. I was like, this is awesome. Gotta build this. So we're sitting there, we're building it. It comes with like a little ice cream truck that, you know, the Batman chases or whatever.
Okay.
Like the Joker in the ice cream truck.
Nice.
So sitting there building this tumbler one night, and all of a sudden, knock on the door.
Yeah.
And I go to the door, and it's cops.
How about to say, was it the police?
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah? And they're like, we're here about the peeping Tom.
What?
And I'm like, oh. I was like, what? What are you talking about? And they were like, we got a call at this apartment, H24. There's a peeping Tom. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
not here. And they're like, we got a call. We talked to somebody for H24. And I was like, no. I was like, they're like, what's going on in here? What are y'all doing? We're playing with Legos. And they're like, is there another H24 here? And I was like, well, the place I lived was a place called the Plantation.
Yeah.
And then there's the Grove. So there's like two sets in one. Look, there's another one. Like, oh crap, we're the wrong ones. But yeah, I still have that tumbler though. I have the tumbler, and I have the turtle van. Somewhere.
It's still together.
Yeah, like moving. Like one piece came off, and I don't have the book anymore. I put it back together.
Yeah,
but I was just like, oh crap, I gotta keep this. I gotta super glue this thing together.
Yeah, but super glue it.
That's right. But yeah, like the Star Wars Legos, like always wanted to buy like the Millennium Falcon and some other ones, but and it's like it takes forever to put those things together.
Oh yes, it does.
You gotta do bag one now and do bag two tomorrow.
Oh man, it takes forever to put together and they're expensive to begin with.
They're very expensive.
Oh my god, you gotta sell your leg just to get a piece of them damn thing.
And one of the guys named I know Brad. Him and his son, like they're Lego fanatics, and like he'll post like, "Yep, we're starting this," and like a couple days later, he's like, "It's done." But yeah, I'm surprised they don't have. They had Lego Lone Ranger. I'm trying to think of what the new ones I saw. Lego Lone Ranger. They had Star Wars. They had Ninja Turtles. They have Back to the Future. They have Ghostbusters. They have.
They have a bunch of
Lord
them.
Of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of them based on TV shows that for like, little children. I've seen them.
SpongeBob ones.
SpongeBob and some other cartoon. Some little kid is a pirate or something. I don't know.
Jake and the Neverland Pirates.
That's what it is.
Yeah. You never watched that?
Nuh-uh.
No.
Ninjax.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Bionicle is a spinoff of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. My number 2, mentioned before, Team Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles. Not much need really to be said about these guys. I mean, like I said, I remember the first one I got was Donatello.
Right.
I can't remember if it's because part of my childhood like it's kind of fuzzy on that, and I kind of think it was because I played the arcade game.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's the best in the game, so I'm gonna get him first. Or maybe that was the only one they had.
It's probably the only one they had.
But I remember opening the car and I started playing. These toys were really detailed. They came with a ton of weapons too.
Yeah, they did come with a ton.
They had like ninja stars. They had like hook blades, like stuff they never used in the cartoons at all. And I remember Raphael. My cousin had Raphael. And he had 2 sides in the front, but then in the back he had like the little hook thing, the hook blade. And I was like, "What is this?" So I got to get him next. I was like, "I'm going to get Michelangelo, but now I'm going to get him." But each one of the first turtles, their skin tones are different too. So like Michelangelo was very red green. Leonardo was kind of like a more olive green. Raphael was like forest green, like really bright, and like Donatello was like poop green, like he was like almost brown.
He was.
Yeah. But the figures that I loved Casey Jones. You know, he came with a cool golf bag. He had 2 baseball bats and then golf clubs.
Yep.
And I used to always try to paint the weapons or color them because all the weapons were always one color scheme.
Yeah.
Because they came in a little pack. Disguised Donatello was cool. He had a little face you put on him.
Freaking weird.
Put a little like face with the sunglasses, and then go to town, watch a movie. Mutagen Man.
Mutagen Man.
He was like a clear tank with like a spine with eyeballs in it, and you pour water in him.
Yeah.
And he had like different things that would like float around in them.
That's disgusting.
Yep. That's why I liked him. See, I liked him, and I liked they had Muckman. And Muckman was one of those figures that you actually put slime on the top of them and pour out of them.
Oh.
Remember that guy?
What was his name?
That was Mutagen Man.
It's Mutagen Man?
Yep.
No, I don't think I ever saw him.
Yeah. He was gross. I'm sure if you left that water in there long enough.
Another one I liked, I thought was pretty cool. My brother had was Metalhead.
Metalhead's on my list because Metalhead was awesome because you see the light. We put a little light on top of his head to make his eyes light up. And there was somebody's getting their ass whooped. Metalhead was coming out. Wind up Shredder because the first Shredder looked like he had like I don't know, it was like scoliosis or something. Like he's all like hunched over.
He was hunched over. Yes, he was.
Yeah, he didn't look cool at all. And then like they released this wind up Shredder and he was like freaking barrel chested, huge arms, but like he wasn't posable and he always had this like a winder sticking out the side of him. But he looked tough. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a whole lot of Shredders. You had that Shredder and you had like Super Shredder. I think maybe one other one. What else ones are like Rocksteady and Bebop? Those are great. Yeah, those are really awesome. I like those a lot. I liked Ace Duck.
Ace Duck. I remember
some of those. Always was upset because they never finished the frogs because they had.
Oh, they didn't release all of them?
No, they only did 2. And then like Mondo Gecko. I had a couple of vehicles. I had the Turtle Van. I have a scar on my leg from the Turtle Van.
What you would do it?
Well, like the Turtle Van had like these big mirrors on the side of it, and one of them, the peg broke, so I couldn't stick the mirror on it, so it looks really stupid. So I gotta fix this. Well, my mom used to do crafts, so I went and get the hot glue gun. And I got the hot glue gun, I plug it in. I sit on the bed. I'm sitting there Indian style, which is probably offensive now. So,
yeah, probably.
I'm sitting there, and I got the Turtle Van in my lap, and I grabbed the glue gun, and I go to squirt glue on the Turtle Van, like on the little peg. There's no glue in it. So I go look to see if there's any glue sticks, and there's no glue sticks. So I'm sitting there, oh, this sucks. So I kind of look in the back of the glue gun, and there's just a little piece of glue like it's kind of in the hole. Yeah. So I got a pencil.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And I'm holding the glue gun, and I'm like, pushing the pencil down, see if I can get it in there. And all of a sudden, it just shoots a glob of hot glue out, right on my leg, like right next to my knee. And I'm like, flipping out, screaming.
Like hot lava.
Oh, yeah. Like I had this like huge, like it's probably like the size of a silver dollar burn on my leg. Yeah. And my dad saw it and he was like, what the hell, man? Like, so I thought like I was getting abused or something by somebody. Yeah.
Just myself.
Just doing it to myself.
I don't need counseling.
I always wanted the sewer toy and like the Technodrome. Yeah. Like, every kid wanted it. And of course it wasn't a scale, not even close to it.
Not even close.
Not even close. But God, I wanted it. Man. So, Turtles. And I'll tell you my worst toy. I'm thinking about Leatherhead.
Really? Leatherhead was your worst toy?
I hate that toy, man. His head would not stay on, man. I need to put some hot glue gun on him. Man. But like his head, like it would always just fall off. He'd pop up and be like, I'm going to get your turtles, man. Put your head back on.
Can't keep my head on. Head on straight. Shoot, my friend, one of my friends, he had Rat King. You read the Rat King?
Oh, Rat King was cool, man. He had a crossbow that shot rats. And then like his belt, because those toys are kind of gross too. Yeah. They had a Rat King's belt had like a run over cat.
Yes, it did. I remember that. The Rat King.
We had like my brother had. I mean, it started getting kind of crazy. They started doing like the sports ones and like the ones.
Who was the guy? I had one. Maybe he was Gecko. He was this lizard-looking guy on a skateboard.
It's Mono Gecko. Because he came with stickers, and you could change the sticker on the shirt. Because I would like so carefully take the sticker and like replace them because I was trying to get them to last. Yeah, he came with a skateboard, and it was cool because I had I can't remember the name of what it is now. They had a skateboard for the Turtles, and it was just it was an individual toy. Yeah, and then like you would do a wheelie on it, and like a little foot would come out and kick somebody. I had that, and I had the neutrinos. The neutrinos had like the little Shredder had like the little car. Yeah, the little flying car. I love that thing. I always wanted the drill. You know what I'm talking about?
The drill, no.
It's like the drill. They always come out from the Technodrome. They come
out yeah, they come. Yeah,
I always wanted that toy.
They pop out. So I guess they didn't sell that. I think we had this conversation.
They did sell it.
They did sell it.
Just didn't get it. I like the same thing with the Turtle Blimp. I never had the Turtle Blimp. I wanted that too. And then like really late, when I wasn't playing with turtles anymore. Yeah. They finally released full size Krang. Well, they had like the Krang's body, but then they released a giant Krang. Yeah. Because like the only other Krang they had was like he's in like this little pod with these little arms on.
Yeah, little arms on. Yeah.
It was stupid. We had Baxter Stockman, and our brother lost the wings, and he was a piece of shit. I was just like, can't have Baxter Stockman with no wings.
My brother did the same thing. He had Baxter Stockman and lost the wings. I couldn't tell you what happened to him.
I was like, just burning, man.
Just a fly with no wing. Couldn't fly. Just walk around.
Yeah. Turtles, my number 2.
Turtles. All right. Mine is gonna be Cops.
Oh, I should have known that.
Yeah, Cops, man. Again, they were pretty big size for Cops.
They were.
And my favorite was Bulletproof. And I would bring Bulletproof over to my cousin's house, and she have a Barbie. So if Mr. T wasn't around, Bulletproof stepped in. And the cool thing about when I first I saw the cartoon and I loved it. And when I saw that they had toys, I flipped out. Sadly, I didn't have too many of them, but I did play with the ones I had a lot. I had Bulletproof. I had Long Arm.
See, I always wanted a Long Arm.
Another one, for some reason, my brother and I had. Dang, you have his picture up there, though. Oh, what's his name? Can't think of his name now. He's the one with the glove. He had a big glove on his hand, and I can't think of his name.
He's the one with the dog?
No, he doesn't have a dog. Oh, if I think hard enough, but I don't want to spend the time thinking who his name was. Because the thing was, I had one, and my brother had one. And that's one of the few toys where we actually shared and played together with. We had the same thing. I can't think of his name. If I went through like the theme song, I could probably figure out what his name was, but it does take a second or two to go through that whole song.
Yeah, I don't see it. I was kind of trying to help you out.
Oh man, but man, those they were just great. They had different vehicles I never owned. I just had a few of the figures.
Yeah, because I always wanted the helicopter, man.
And I would play off my dresser and have them climbing up the dresser. Dude, you ever used what's the name of them things? The blinds. The little string that connects the blinds together. You can use it as a ladder.
Oh, yeah, I never did that.
You never did that before? Oh man, you cut them like there's always like an extra piece from the blind that's not being used, or sometimes there's some old blinds that your parents not using, they want to throw away. You cut around it and you can use it as a rope ladder. And I would make rope ladders with it, and I have the figure, especially with G.I. Joe. You can have them climbing up the ladder and stuff.
See, we did that with G.I. Joe. I'm trying to find that figure for you.
Man.
Button Big Boom Boom, Hyena, Louie, Big Boss,
Let's see.
Nightstick, Bullet, Taser, Checkpoint, Inferno, Ares.
That's characters. That's some characters I never heard of. They're not even in the theme song.
Sergeant Mace. Man,
it's Mace.
Mace?
Yeah.
Somebody bought those on clearance for $250.
Cool.
But yeah, I remember those toys. And they had caps though. That's the other thing, like on the back.
Yeah.
The caps in them like stink up everything like you're shooting bullets. I remember those toys. Alright, my number 1. Should be no surprise for anyone who knows me or listens to the podcast. G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
This is my favorite toy growing up. Favorite toys. And still have a lot of them today. I mean, these figures, and especially like the before the movie came out, like all those figures from there, like where they were very, very like heavy military esque. So like they came with like the tanks that would roll, and you can motorized tanks. You had like different little bases and stuff. Like you had like you would actually buy a kit that would actually have like a tent with like a different little things like that.
I remember
those were awesome, man. Like just like little accessories, like little checkpoints and stuff. And then later on, it got like way kind of over the top. But like a lot of people say like 1986 is like the best movie year ever. Like for like nostalgic movies and stuff like that. But like for me, like that was also like my best year ever for toys.
Toys, yeah.
Because oh my god, like I'm trying to pull up so I can like list off like exactly the ones that came out for it. But yeah, I mean this. Like I'm gonna put the link for YouTube for like all the old commercials because those are so awesome to watch, and you actually kind of watch and see how they grew. Yeah, because it starts off and it's just like the basic guys, get like Breaker and I'm trying to remember the first Doc, Zap, Scarlet, Snake Eyes, Clutch, and then like the Cobras were very basic too. They had a couple Cobras, and then like they added on to it, so you started seeing like Recondo and Roadblock and Flint, Snow Job, all these other characters popping up. Just trying to pull that up. I guess I'm gonna give that up. And like I like watching the commercials. Another thing that was funny about watching the commercials is like I wish I would have known any of these kids that had like these giant backyards.
Yes, right.
They're sitting there like running through canyons, like
what these big dirt hills and stuff they have going on.
Yeah, like little sticks, and the truck comes running out. But yeah, this is let's see. I went over. Well, in '85, you got like Airtight, you got like Recondo, you got Bazooka, Roadblock. You got the Dreadnoks that came in there, stuff like that. Dusty, not naming them all. Lady J, Quick Kick. You had Tomax and Zemont.
Yeah. I always wanted Tomax and Zemont.
I still have them. And you got some of the best vehicles too for 80, like on that year. 86 is where, like, right before the movie, and you got, like, I might have been right on the movie actually now. That's when you had, like, Beachhead, still one of my favorites, stuff like that. Dr. Mindbender, Hawk came into play.
Yeah.
You got Lifeline, which I love Lifeline. Like, I read the comics too forever.
Yeah.
The comics are fantastic. Larry Hama, who, like, writes the file cards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He would take these characters who were like jokes in G.I. Joe and, like, spin them in the comics and make, like, a cool story out of them. You had you start seeing, like, some of the more Vipers and stuff like that. This is kind of where it started getting kind of a little nuts. You got, like, Sergeant Slaughter came in there, Serpentor, some of the mail away figures. Started doing more mail away, like the comics. Like, started trying to think of some of the more goofy figures. Like, you had Big Boa. Remember him?
Big Boa.
He was a boxer. The Cobra trainer of the boxer.
Yeah, I think I remember you talking about him once.
Now, the thing about Big Boa is they actually signed up with Sylvester Stallone to make a Rocky figure.
Yeah.
For G.I. Joe. And they actually did a mold. You can actually see the mold for his head and everything. But he went and made Rambo figures with another company.
Yeah.
So they're like, never mind. But, of course, if you're going to have Rocky, you have to have somebody for him to go against.
Yeah.
So Big Boa was going to be his nemesis. And since, like, you know, that had no ties to him, they still released a figure. So, really awesome. And they have convention figures. I'm kind of like going all over the place, but they have convention figures, I think, for like maybe the last 10 years or so.
Yeah.
The G.I. Joe convention every year. And they put out about 10 figures. And these figures are awesome. They're all really unique. And they actually did a Big Boa where you can actually, like, pull off his hands at the wrist. You can give him gloves, or you can give him open hands and stuff like that. Really awesome. Like, you can get trained sparring and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like $100-something figure now.
I bet.
I think all those convention figures are ridiculous. But me and my brother used to do what we used to do. We shared a room when we were still younger, and we had two beds, like in kind of opposite ends of the room.
Yeah.
And, like, that was our basis. That was our island camps. Our basis. we had our soldiers on there. We had, like, kite strings for zip lines and stuff, kind of going around. But everything else was water. So you either had to, like, have a devilfish or a boat get across, or you had to, like, cross the rope. Of course, force fields, imaginations, all that good stuff. Another thing about G.I. Joe too is, like, pretty much every figure or thing. I mean, even though it was like one big toy commercial, but every figure you pretty much saw in the cartoon existed. And not only did they exist or they made them, they were all scaled.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, like we're talking about Thundercats. You got Thundercats and you got the Cat Slayer or Castle Grayskull. And it's pretty, like, Castle Grayskull, I'll say it was awesome, but the Thundercat Slayer was like, you can't even park the Thunder Tank in it. Because that was one of the things. Like, the Thunder Tank comes, like, out the claw, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, you get to G.I. Joe, man, and you get, like, these bases, like the Terrordrome and stuff like that, and they're huge. Like, talk about the aircraft carrier, the flag.
That thing is huge.
That thing is... You have to have a whole room for that. Like, I knew one kid who had that, and, like, that was, like, the centerpiece for the room. He played around it.
Yeah.
You know, it was like this giant table. And it's so sought after. Like, a lot of people... That or the Defiance is, like, the crown jewel of a G.I. Joe collection.
Wow.
And Defiance is the big spaceship and stuff like that, which is super detailed. I mean... all the little pegs where you can put all the figures. I mean, I love that, man. You come rolling in with a vehicle and you have, like, figures holding on to it and stuff. And really, really awesome. I remember, like, some of my other favorite figures. Like, I loved Alpine. Muskrat was cool. Like, he was, like, from Louisiana, so it was, like, awesome. He had, like, a freaking... He kind of was, like, Crocodile Dundee kind of guy. He had a machete, a shotgun, and, like, a little boogie board.
Oh,
He put on his back.
A boogie board?
Yep. Metalhead, not the turtle one.
Not the turtle metalhead.
Not the turtle one. And, like... This is a terrible story. Like, I was with my grandmother and my uncle. We going to church or whatever, and I went to Kroger, I think, and they had a Metalhead, a figure. Metalhead's like, you ever seen him?
Yes.
He's got a little target reticle and, like, just missiles all over the place.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god! And, like, those figures were like about $4 back in the day.
Yeah.
I was like, Grandma, please, 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 please. She's like, nope. I was like, please. So I kept asking. I asked my uncle, and he's like, nah, I don't have money. I can't give you any money. So I'm just staring at this Metalhead. I was like, I have to have it. So I just never let it go. Like, I just kept it in my hands and, like,
walked out.
They check out, and I'm just still holding on to Metalhead. We walk out the store. We get in the car. I get in the back seat. I start opening them up. My So my grandma turns around and she's like to see what the noise is, you know?
Yeah.
She's like, what? Oh my God. So we took it back in the store. I got, she paid for it and apologized and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just like, the whole time, I was like, he's still in the car. I gotta go back to the car and clear metalhead. Yeah. That was my ill-begotten metalhead.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I wasn't slick about it at all. My brother, I haven't told you, no, I haven't told you the story. My brother tried stealing some Superman toy. It was like this kryptonite Superman toy.
Yeah.
And it was like this huge piece of kryptonite. It was like this green jewel. But like he had to be like about 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And like we went to the store called Howard Brothers. And like walking around looking at toys, doing all this stuff like that. And at one point he got his hands on this thing. Well, we're in the car and we're like leaving and stuff, same scenario. But he's sitting there and he's like, he's got his mouth like closed, like and then like he just goes blip, and like spits this big crystal out of his mouth into his hand like Goonie style. And my mom was same thing. My mom flips out. She was like, "What the hell?
What the hell is going on?"
But it's just like, and then like he pulled the rest of the figure up now. But, yeah, some of the I loved like Serpentor because they were such a big build up for him in the story. Zartan, like you put that dude in the sun, he changed color. That was so cool. And then like you put a little face on him, confuse everybody. Where'd he go? I like the female characters. Goes in a lot. So like Lady J, Scarlet Jinx, they were really cool to have those. Even Zorana would come switch sides every once in a while.
Yeah, Zorana.
So hook up with some Captain Gridiron. The vehicles like the Rattler, like they were so cool. I mean, they had like parts where you could pull open where you could like work on like for the engine, where you can like work on the vehicle and stuff.
Yeah.
Like little neat things like that. There's just the detail in these figures, man. The Tomahawk, I want it so bad, which is like the 2-bladed helicopter.
Yeah.
Never got that. The Shark, which is like the submarine. And like even though the figure Deep Six is just like a block. The Awe Striker, which all the jets for G.I. Joe you have to say are awesome. You have, like I said, the Rattler before, the Awe Striker, which is the white jet. You had the Conquest, which is the reverse wings. Yeah. The Raven, which is like the stealth, like the long one, the Cobra one. And they had landing gears. These things are fantastic, and it's like it's so hard to find them nice now. It's like once those canopies start getting all scratched up, like you go to garage sale and find it. You're like, I mean, like the box arts are always awesome. Some of like the more zany figures, you had like Crystal Ball. You ever seen that guy?
No.
That was another figure. You go to the Christmas Walmart, there's like 50 crystal balls. Croc Master.
The Croc Master.
The Fridge. Remember him?
Yeah, I remember the Fridge.
Yeah. They had like the Melloways. And then like some of the big bases, like I said before, like the Flag, Terradrome. My favorite figure though, my favorite figure for G.I. Joe was General Hawk. But I'm going to show you a picture of him because there's more than one General Hawk.
Really?
Well, they had the original Hawk that came with the green helmet. And then you had the second release for General Hawk, which was like, I think I maybe had seen the Rocketeer, or I might not even seen it yet. Let's see if I can find it for you real fast. There we go. It's a very small image. But it was General Hawk, and he had a jetpack on.
I've seen that one.
And one advisor, that was my all-time favorite. Because he was like, he had an awesome gun, he had missiles, he had a jetpack. What more do you want? Like, cool helmet, click down on stuff on it. He had a little cool Superman curl on it.
Superman curl.
But these figures, they still exist today. Like, they still make them. But, like, most of them are convention figures.
Yeah.
Like, they're pretty hard, like, expensive to come by. They're not... Toys R Us will randomly have something over there. And the funny thing is, they have this thing called Marauder Joe's, which is a website where they make custom G.I. Joe figures and stuff like that. And they're expensive, man. They're like $70 for 3.
Yes, indeed.
And like they come with custom weapons and web gear and everything, stuff like that. But like Hasbro needs to be like, all right, there's still a market for these figures.
Yeah,
let's put them out. I mean, let's not worry about the movie figures and like let's make some recast some Joes.
Yeah, because make another cartoon too. That's good.
Now, most of the figures now too. Like I have some of the newer updated ones.
Yeah,
I'll show you them. They're really awesome because they fix their thumbs. Because that was one thing back in the day. You try to put a big gun in there or whatever.
Yeah.
Thumb go flying off. Like, son of a no! Or their crotch would break off.
Their crotch would break off?
You never pull their legs and twist them around or whatever and their crotch would pop off?
No. The problem I would have with them is that they will break.
See,
and I would have to open the back and find like a good rubber band and put it back together.
Right. I didn't know you could do that because I had a bunch of just broken Joes and stuff. And my friends were like, we can fix those. I was like, you can fix this? So they fixed it. Blew my mind, Because after that, I usually just throw them away,
Yeah.
Or I broke a bunch of them because I put them in the bathtub with me and I twist them.
Oh my god!
Like, yeah. But here's some random trivia for you.
No god.
Blowtorch, which is one of the Dreadnoks, has the biggest crotch out of any Dreadnought figure.
You serious?
Yeah, you
Don't do that.
You can put them side by side with the rest of them.
Yep.
I learned that recently.
We all know who the king is around here.
Right. I always liked the Dreadnoks though. I thought they were cool.
Yeah, they were cool. A Dreadnought.
But anyway, like the newer figures too, they also have holsters, so you can put like guns and knives on them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Actually working holsters. Cool stuff like that. Anyway. I guess the one toy we didn't mention that somebody's probably screaming at us for.
Who? Oh, My Little Pony?
No.
Yeah, I love those ponies. I comb their hair.
Strawberry shortcake, man.
Oh, yeah. That's right before you start sniffing paint.
Yeah. No, it wasn't paint, man. It was you go to Pizza Hut and you get that pepper, you know, that red pepper.
Yeah.
And you put your hand over and you shake it up really hard and you take a big breath and you just hurt.
Wait, about to say.
Like, oh no! But the one toy that somebody, and it's not Silverhawks.
Silverhawks.
It's not Centurions.
Centurions. I hit those too.
It's not Inhumanoids. It's not Inhumanoids.
I don't know the humanoid song.
It's not Visionaries.
Visionary. All these commercials are popping in my head.
It's not Care Bears.
Did you have one of those?
Care Bears?
Yeah.
No. I had a glowworm.
Glowworm, yeah. My kids have glowworm now.
It's not Rainbow Bright.
No Rainbow Bright.
It's not She-Ra.
No She-Ra.
It's not Barbie.
No Barbie.
Transformers. Yeah. Transformers was more of my brother's toys.
Mm-hmm.
I had a few of them, but Transformers were pretty expensive when we were kids. They're still pretty expensive, but now they're not metal anymore.
They're not metal, and you got to be a freaking rocket scientist or doing they did with a Rubik's cube to put some of them damn things together.
Well, I'll tell you this story. It's first Transformer I ever owned. It was 1984.
Oh.
My mom got remarried. My dad took us to. I remember this really well. We went to Montgomery Ward's. My dad was like, he was like, he wants to do something nice for us.
Yeah.
So he let us pick 2 toys, and these are like huge boxes. Like it was about the size of a Super Nintendo box.
Wow.
Transformers. It was Megatron and Optimus Prime. I got Megatron. My brother got Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime.
I broke that bastard in the car on the way home.
You serious?
Megatron is the most impossible figure that you got this metal gun that a cop would shoot you in a second if you're carrying it around today.
Yeah.
And you're trying to like move. Like it's impossible. One, he's a shitty figure. Like even Transform, he's crap.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime is so easy. You just like pull down the legs, you open his arms, you flip his head around, you're done.
Yep. That camper you just get rid of.
The camera was cool, man.
They didn't do anything. It had like a little dude that come out of it.
Well, the camera, the first one, you'd open it up and it had like this little canopy and stuff, like a little gun.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I remember I shot one of those missiles and we lived in a trailer.
Yeah.
And it went in the air vent. And my brother was flipping out, man.
Get it back.
And so, but yeah, like Megatron, like I was so mad because like literally he broke on the way home.
Wow.
Like at the waist or whatever. Trying to like sitting there like messing with that. And I always wanted, like I had some of the Dinobots. I love the Insecticons.
Mm-hmm.
But like it wasn't, when I went to the store, I didn't run the Transformers first. I never did.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was my brother. My brother was a diehard Transformers fan. So that's I'm saying that's why it's not on my list, because I'm sure somebody over there was like, what the hell? Child of the '80s, and just maybe because I'll have to say the movies kind of tarnished it. The newer movies.
Oh, see, I only saw the first one, maybe half of the second, and after that, I'm like, I hadn't watched those movies.
Like I would say, like I told you before, the third one's actually decent.
It is.
Yeah, the fourth one is just like, what the hell, man? It's so long. It's long and it's nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful movie. You know? Like visualized, it looks amazing, and like the explosions are awesome. But,
yeah.
I mean, it's Michael Bay, but besides that, no. I only see the first 2 in the movies, and I was like, all right, fool me twice.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, let's see, I think I had some other ones I want to bring up real quick.
Let's see, one else on my list that I didn't talk, Army Men.
A little green army man?
Yep.
Yeah.
I like those little things, man. They didn't move or anything, but they were fun.
You get like a bag of those and stuff like that. You can still get those at, if you go to like Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
You can buy little soldiers. Because, man, another toy that, I don't know, not so much toys as more as like a diorama.
Mm-hmm.
I loved model trains when I was a kid.
Model trains?
Yeah, I always wanted a model train set like this. And I knew this guy his dad had this garage where he converted it into this giant model train set.
Yeah.
You could walk around, and it was like imagine like the city on Beetlejuice at the beginning.
Yes.
It was that.
Oh,
like, this thing was awesome.
You know, I always hated though the car set, the little car tracks, because it never worked like it did on television.
Oh man, we had one we got at the garage sale, and it was like this. You put a car in it, and it was connected to a track, but it was like this turbine. The thing you're spinning goes.
Yeah.
And you put the car in it.
Yeah.
Man, you could take somebody's eyeball out. That car. That car came out like a bullet. All right, some other toys. Let's see. Cabbage Patch Kids.
Cabbage Patch Kids. Yeah, my cousins had those things. I didn't realize until like years later, like how crazy that was. You know, parents trying to get those things for their children, like they were killing each other trying to get them. Like
Pogo ball.
a what?
A pogo ball.
A pogo ball? Oh yeah, the little thing. Yeah, my cousin had that too. That was fun for about 30 minutes.
Yeah, so you break it, like land on your face. Roller racers.
Roller racers.
Roller racer was really cool. It was like you sit on it and you like steer like that.
Oh yeah, that's the kind of toy the kids in the suburbs had.
Yeah.
We'll bring that to the street. Crazy.
Spirograph.
The heck is a spirograph?
There's like little stencils and you put the pen in and you spin it and
Oh yeah, you play with that like in school.
Etch a Sketch.
Etch a Sketch, yep.
Easy Bake Oven, which they still make those.
Yeah, they do still make them. I wouldn't cook anything in there.
Creepy Carlos.
Creepy, just throw some crap on the wall and watch it fall.
Remember those those little octopuses? It was Dr. Fad. Throw those octopuses on the wall. A viewfinder.
A viewfinder, yes.
Yeah. I remember, I think it was from my uncle's house or whatever. I found, remember those, they still sell them when you go to amusement parks. They usually like you get a picture of yourself like coming down like a water slide or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You hold it up to the light, it's like a picture in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like some chick, like 70s style, like sitting on thing. And I was like, oh my gosh. Simon Says, they still make that, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Simon. Skip It.
Skip It. Yeah, that's another dumb one.
Yeah.
That's the one you put the thing around your leg and you
trying not to break yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Bust my face on this thing, man.
Lincoln Logs.
Lincoln Logs. Man, one of my son, he got Lincoln Logs for Christmas. Was it last year? Year before last?
Mm-hmm.
He never played with them, and every piece is lost. I find pieces every once in a while in my house, and I just throw them in the trash. It was like that was a waste.
It's like stepping on a Lego in the dark.
Yeah. Oh man, I still that until the other day.
Mr. Potato Head.
Mr. Potato Head. Yes, indeed.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
That's another toy. That was this past Christmas. My kids got one. I didn't buy these toys for my children. My in-laws do this, and that's a toy that did not last a day.
Slip and Slide.
Slip and Slide. Oh,
I had that in a Crocodile Mile.
Yeah, I remember Crocodile Mile. That's one of those toys, man. You make sure the ground is safe before you go through it. It's not gonna be on
some rock. Well, like
glass.
We had a Crocodile Mile, and like I don't know if it was my brother or my dad. Somebody was like, "Man, we put dish detergent on there.
Hell
go
yeah.
even faster."
Yes, you will.
You're just like, I can't see. I'm going so burning. I'm going so fast. A CNC.
CNC.
They still make those. I saw one at Toys R Us the other day.
What's a CNC?
You pull it and it goes. The cow goes.
Oh yeah, those things.
Yeah.
I was watching an episode of King of Queens. The episode where they were taking bets.
No.
They pull it in. They're like, I got $5 on the cow.
No, there's all that. Mad Balls.
And work on some of these names, man. I don't know what the Mad Ball is. Well, that was like put a ball with the faces on it.
No, that's when she keeps telling you no when you go home.
I got Mad Ball.
Yeah, that's the one with the faces on. That was like the God, it's not on this list, but I'm looking at Radfink, whatever. Those like
Radfink.
ugly toys, one of them they have. The Armatron.
The Armatron.
I have an Armatron in my storage. It was from Radio Shack. It was that little remote control arm. You pick up just random shit. Like, I'm controlling a robot. No, I have one of those in storage. I'm scared to open it because I think it still had batteries in it last time I touched it. Just melt. Funny story. Like I do security sales and everything, stuff like that. And I went on this job. This guy was installing a bunch of cameras.
Yeah.
So I kind of just went over there, making sure everything is going right. Just kind of pop in, and he's using a drill. Well, his battery's gone bad on his drill.
Yeah.
So he takes it. Now we're at a car detail lot. So there's like a bunch of guys outside in the lot doing their thing, kind of across from this building that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
So he plugs in his battery charger. And he plugs it in and like he goes, shit. And I'm like, what's going on? What's up? And he's like, I heard a pop. I was like, oh, okay. Well, He plugs it back in, and dude, it was like Mission Impossible. Like, this will self-destruct in 3 seconds. Like, that thing just started smoking. So he unplugs it, and he takes it, and he runs to the door, and he throws it out the door.
What?
And so, because they didn't want to, like, battery acid to explode everywhere and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I left. I went, get the man a drink or whatever and run an errand. So I came back to check on him. And he was like, dude, the other guy came up to me while you were going. He was like, you all right, man? You cooled off? He was like, what you mean? He's like, man, you were so pissed, man. You just came and pissed him on the door. He was like, damn, that dude pissed him off. Tonka trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun. Metal ones, man.
Oh my gosh.
Cut somebody's head with that thing.
Kill somebody with things. Metal, heavy. Oh, don't make stuff like that no more, man.
Power wheels.
Power wheels.
Remember the Fisher-Price roller skates?
Yes.
Fisher-Price cash register. That was fun. Put the money on top. The garage. Oh, of course, the corn popper. I still make that thing, though. That's where the kids push it. Oh, remember the sticky hands?
Slapping people with them things.
What about the ring toss games where you had the water and you push the little button and the little rings would go through the water? Try to get them on the... Remember that?
No.
No? See. Oh, that's a bad picture of it. But yeah, it was like...
Oh, yeah. It was like in a little skinny thing.
Right.
Yeah, a plastic thing. I remember that.
But yeah.
Food's been talking about food that one a long time.
Alright, so that's quite a lot of 80s toys.
Yeah,
that's our personal list of it. So, let's go to the current times and talk about it a little bit. Like I said, I hadn't watched too much. I had a family over for a week from out of state and stuff like that. So I've been eating some crazy stuff. It was like every night somebody else would like cook one of their recipes.
Yeah.
So the first night I made gumbo, stuff like that. And I found like I make my gumbo a certain way.
Yeah.
This time I was like, I normally cook it for about 8 hours. But this time I had to cook it in like 4 or 5. So I'm like, man. So I'm trying to get it all right because you gotta let the flavors come out.
Yeah.
So this time I tried 2 new ingredients. Best gumbo ever made. But they also had, we had like New England clam chowder because they're from Rhode Island. So that was all right. And then we had this special brisket they made. Some pretty cool stuff. And then I made this corn stuff I learned to make in Jacksonville. So it was pretty awesome. But yeah, probably like put on like 5 pounds this week. All that crazy stuff we're eating. So I ain't going out to see Jurassic World yet because of all that. But E3 also just happened.
Yeah.
So kind of talk about some of that stuff. A lot of cool new things. Uncharted 4 looks amazing. New Gears of War.
Yeah.
Just Cause 3. New Mass Effect.
Mass Effect,
exciting. Horizon Zero Dawn, which I showed you a little bit earlier. But I'm going to throw out a negative note.
Throw a negative note.
I could really give a care less that they're remaking Final Fantasy 7.
You don't care?
Don't care.
Now, see me, I never played Final Fantasy. Well, I played it. I probably put a couple hours into it. I wasn't impressed. So, with the remake, it's like me going into it new.
A lot. Well, that's the one positive I would really say about it is like it's going to get a whole new audience.
Yeah.
It's going to people. Oh, I heard about this Final Fantasy 7 game. And, everybody talks about this Final Fantasy game. Let's finally play it. But like then there's like the purists that are like they're going to change it. They're going to add stuff to it. Something. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be like like scene for scene, just like amazing looking. It's going to be modernized, everything like that.
Yeah.
Cloud's going to have a cell phone or whatever. God knows.
He should have had a cell phone the first time around.
Right. But I would rather see like a new IP. I mean, you already have 15 that's coming out. God knows when. Who knows? Or like remake 6. Like I just feel like this game is like about 10 years too late. When they advertised it the first time, that was the right time. They should have did it then. When Advent Children was coming out, when Crisis Core was coming out, and like the fighting game, all this stuff was coming out, like that you could get a roll the hype out. And who cares if it, now it's going to look even more amazing. But it still will look good. Even the trailer they showed back then.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm just... like, when they announced it, like, people were just like, oh my god, who cares what anybody else said? Like, this one guy posted a video that I saw, and it was basically like... I have no idea what it was from. Like, I was trying to figure out... It's basically this one person just slapping everybody that runs up to him.
Yeah.
It's from some movie or whatever. But, like, kids are running up to him, and people running up to him, he's just slapping them.
Yeah.
So, basically, what it was like the Final Fantasy 7 logo. And then, like, somebody would run up with Gears of War 4, or somebody would run up with Uncharted or something like that, and they would just slap, because, like, you can't compete with that. And I'm just like, whatever, man. I was like, I want something new. I'm not going to play a game that I already played.
Yeah.
Like, I barely have enough time, and, like, all these are remakes and stuff coming out, like HD remasters, you know, Uncharted remasters, Gears of War remaster, you know. Resident Evil 0 remaster. No, make something new.
They're coming back with another Resident Evil 0?
Resident Evil 0 remastered, updated version. Because they did recent one, they did the one from GameCube, they updated it and put it on Xbox Arcade. Yeah, they're going to do the same thing. Yeah. Redo Resident Evil 2, the best one.
Yeah, they need to Resident Evil 2.
Best one. Get some neon up in there.
I don't think I played through all that one.
I played that game so much. Like, I left and right, I had like every character, like I had Tofu and Hunk unlocked. Yeah. And I was like, the last time I had played it, like the series, the last time I ever touched it, I was doing like the perfect run. Mm-hmm. You don't save, you don't use any, you know, so all your items, you barely have any health items because you're like, you got all your like different, you know, your round key, blue key, what all the crazy crap they have on those games. You know, bishop plug, blah, blah, blah. Your cogwheel. And I'm like running through like near the end. I mean, like it's like right at the end.
Yeah.
Playing Leon, he's limping. So I'm like running to get to the little thing. I'm going back. I'm gonna grab a herb, take my herb, and go back and do my thing. And one of those little crazy plant things like spit from off screen. Yeah, and killed me. And I was just like, controller drop, done. Son of a bug, yeah. But what excited you most about E3?
I'm still not sure. Yeah. I'm not sure. I saw a bunch of different trailers. I saw that Just Cause 3. I thought it was crazy. He's riding on that rocket.
Oh, I love
you
Just
saw
Cause.
That part? I was like, what the heck is going on with this game? Because I really hadn't played any of them. Like, I owned the first one. I don't think I didn't do anything with the second.
The first one I've beaten, and I really loved it when it came out. It was a really good game.
Yeah.
But like, I can't stand the way he runs on that game. It looks like he's a marionette, like a puppet. The way he moves.
Yeah.
But the second one is amazing.
Second one's amazing.
Yeah. Man. You can do so much cool stuff with the grapple on there because like you can like basically have somebody chasing you, and then you can like catch them with a grapple and then like grapple it into the bridge or something like that, and then like fling them back, or like you can like grapple a dude and then like grapple into like a propane tank and then like shoot the propane tank and then go launch it in the air. It's a lot of fun. Like I love Just Cause, so I'm excited about the new one. I love the way they made him look with his like he's like got the wingsuit on now. He's kind of rugged. So yeah, I'm excited about it. It's a good series, and they have a multiplayer mod for the second one. It's not like official, but you can play it in it's chaos, like just pure chaos. But the third one's not gonna have multiplayer. They don't need it.
Yeah,
it's just like we have so much content. You know, everything you can do. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Any other games on there you saw? I'm trying to think of what else.
I'm like, what else? I mean, some folks were excited about, Shenmue. Me, I'm like, I'll probably pick it up at a price drop or something.
The thing about Shenmue, it's like it's another one that's like it's so far away, so far back.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember anything about Shenmue. I just remember like I played the first one, and it was just nothing. Like looking back at it now, it's nothing special. So like the only thing I can think about they're gonna do for Shenmue, unless they go completely out and make it like Yakuza, where it's this huge open world and all sorts of stuff in it, it's gonna have to be like a $20 download game.
Yeah,
like it's gonna have to be something small because there's just no way.
I mean, I'm not expecting much from it, but I'll get it just to finish it off.
Yeah, and that's gonna be the last one they said.
Who knows? I think this one. I'm still like until I actually see it, released. I don't think it's going to be released myself, but we'll see.
Well, they did the Kickstarter was like the world record for like fastest close or whatever.
So that Kickstarter's closed already?
It was like 8 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, they got all the money for it. Because people were just like, oh my god,
Yeah, take my money.
Other thing about the E3 that was pretty crazy was Microsoft with their backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
And Sony.
Microsoft is always like behind.
Like, well, now because Sony can't do really anything now. Because Sony basically said we can't do backwards compatibility this way. You have to like download the games. You have to do PlayStation Now, or you stream the games through us for our service. But Microsoft is just like, nope, you own the games, you go play them.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know, it's just crazy. Like because Sony like embarrassed, like basically made Microsoft look so stupid during the first E3 for the new systems because they're like, this is how you share a game. Here you go. Here you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So I was like, man, I was hoping Microsoft would have done something like this time and just kind of slapped them back.
Yeah.
Because it could have done something awesome with that, Because I was joking about it with one of my buddies, and I was like, they should have done like how backwards compatibility works on an Xbox. You put your Mass Effect in there, you start playing.
Yep.
And then like for Sony, you put your game in there. You put God of War 3 in there, and then the PlayStation spits it out, and then the PlayStation goes feed me, and you put a $20 bill in it, and then God of War comes out,
pops up on there. But like they should have did this 2 years ago.
Oh, absolutely.
They should have. If they did this, I would be an Xbox One owner right now, and I'm sure a lot of other people would have.
Yeah.
So they've done this now, and I'm one of those people. I'm gonna get every console, but it's gonna be some time. I mean, I didn't get a PS3 until about 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, only God knows when I'm gonna get an Xbox One. It still might be another 2-3 years from now. I mean, I still want to get a Wii U. Again, that could happen.
I wouldn't even get a Wii U.
I mean, I still want to play Mario, man. I buy Nintendo products for Mario, Zelda, and there's a few other things that only Nintendo makes.
Right.
I'm not going to get it anywhere else. I mean, the only Wii U game I really want to play is Bayonetta.
Right. 2.
The only way I'm going to play Bayonetta, I got to get a Wii U. So I'm going to probably buy the game sometime this year, and then wait within 5 years, I'll have a Wii U and I can play the game.
So I had a Wii U. I played through Wind Waker. Got bored of Smash pretty quick. I wasn't playing online.
Yeah.
I played a little bit. I got Mario Kart 8. I played that for about 3 weeks. Done with that. And then I was playing New Super Mario World.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of like, let's play this already a couple times,
Yeah.
So it was just, And the Virtual Console was alright, but I was like, I could make some money off this Wii. And then like once E3, they showed that they weren't going to show Zelda for the Wii U.
Yeah.
I was like, I know exactly what they're doing because they have a new system coming out next year or something like that.
What Nintendo does?
The NX.
Well, I really hope so. They'll drop the price on the Wii U.
Yeah, well, anyway, I guarantee you that Zelda is going to be a launch title for the NX, and then come out on the Wii U months later.
Yeah, because they almost did the same thing. Well, actually, they sort of did with the
Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Exactly what they did.
Yeah.
The one on the GameCube was a better game.
Yes, it was.
It was like looked sharper. Like you actually had an extra move you could do on there. You could like jump. You could jump off the horse. You could do that, and then like he was left-handed because they flipped the game for the Wii because most Americans are right-handed.
Well, yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, that's what they up.
So what you been watching anything or?
I'm still watching Philadelphia. Always Sunny. I think we're in season.
Oh yeah,
6.
they're supposed to do a checkup on that.
Yeah, I think I'm in season 6 now.
How's that going?
It's going all right. Unfortunately, we're watching it late at night.
Right.
So I'm like watching right before going to bed. So I get out maybe 2-3 episodes. And so sometimes it's hard for me to remember what I saw unless I'm reminded. Like the last episode I remember watching is when D has the baby.
Okay.
That's the last open. No, I know I've seen some episodes after that and before, but that's the last one I can remember right offhand. That show is crazy. Those people are awful, man.
I love that show.
Those awful people. I laugh every time. I was like, man,
Riggedy, crickety.
yes.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the new season. We finished. Game of Thrones finished for everybody recently.
Really?
Yeah. Season 5 just ended.
And they're not making any more Game of Thrones?
Oh, they're making it.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, there's no more books.
Well, yeah.
So,
That guy puts out more books.
Well, he said he's going to have it out next year before this. He's going to try to have it out before the series is up.
Yeah.
Man, he's just taking his time.
See, what they should have did was they do like they do in anime. Just make a bunch of filler crap in between as the other books are coming.
There's not enough characters left.
Just pick up some more. That's what they do in fillers.
Right.
In anime, like just make up some generic character, you kill them off, or you make like a story arc that's going to last like 10-15 episodes.
People would go. They already kind of did that
to
a little bit because they did filler.
Just keep doing it
because they had a character in the last season, Jaime Lannister, who basically they gave him a story arc, which never happened in the books.
In the books, yeah.
Some people were pissed.
Well, that's like I said. If he's using something that's currently still being worked on, you have to deal with fillers.
Right.
So
I mean, there's 2 books left. He's got 2 more books, and then that's it. So it's probably like maybe 2 or 3 more seasons, if that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're gonna have to pass it up.
Yeah, I'm thinking the show is going to end before the books come out.
Oh, definitely, because they're gonna have to find out. I mean, they might go in different directions.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they've made some directorial changes.
Mm-hmm.
They had like a death in this last season.
Yeah.
Of somebody that you wouldn't expect
to die.
Any show to kill.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same when I saw his name because I was kind of just messing around online and I saw that and I was like, what?
Yeah, well, that was in the books, so, but a lot of people were just like, oh my god, no way, like shocked,
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so True Detective is about to start. New season of that.
I thought it started already.
Well, Sunday. Yeah, it came on Sunday.
Yeah, I hadn't seen. I'm just starting to watch. That's going to add True Detective the first season. Just started watching that.
It's really good.
So I'm in with episode 4 or 5 maybe.
It's only 10. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm halfway through.
You like it so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've been watching Parks.
You started watching Parks, yeah.
Well, I watched Parks before and I stopped on season 4.
Uh-huh.
And I stopped on the end of season 4. Got all the way through that, and there's 7 seasons. And like I was like, let's watch this. So we started season 1. Season 1 is terrible.
Really?
It's really terrible. Like Leslie, like is the main character of the show pretty much, and she is like, it's all about her in the first season.
Yeah.
And she's kind of an idiot. Like, she's not very like the powerful like woman. She's still kind of dumb for the whole show.
Yeah.
But she's not like, she's like head over heels over this guy, and it's just it's terrible. Charles Barkley, terrible.
So too much of that, huh?
Yeah, and then season 2, like, because I was like, let's watch it. And they're like, it's so boring. Like, let's just start on season 2. So they start with season 2, and it's fantastic.
So who's the story about? Well, who's the focus in season 2? There's more characters.
Just more characters.
Yeah.
Like Ron Swanson gets more time. Tom gets more time. They start bringing Andy. Chris Pratt starts because he was supposed to be just a cameo, like a minor character in the first season.
Yeah.
But he was so likable, they brought him back for season 2.
Yeah.
And it's funny to watch him, especially now he's like the big action star.
Yeah.
Because he's like this big oof on there. He cracks me up, man. And we're trying to like go on with favorite characters. There's this guy named John Ralphio on there. Mm-hmm. Whenever he pops up, because he's such a despicable douche. Like you hate him, but like he's so fun to watch, you know. Just comes out. There's one clip with him. I was laughing. I was like, this is my favorite part. Where like he basically gets a job, and the guy's like, yeah, so we're gonna walk you through like it's like while the credits are rolling.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, yeah, we're gonna take you through here. I'm gonna show you like where your office is gonna be. You know how many years you said you used WordPress and stuff like that. And he's like, oh no, about that I might have fibbed my application a little bit.
I feel.
He's like, you're gonna have to show me how to do all that. So they're walking around and like he sees some like hot girl and he's like, oh hey girl, what you doing? And she's like, this isn't a new intern, is it? And he's like, oh yeah girl, I'll turn you or something like that.
I'll turn you.
And the guy goes, you're fired. So like literally like 30 seconds from him getting hired to get fired. And he's like, so I just go out the way I came. So I'm playing anything?
Still playing The Witcher 3, man.
Witcher 3?
The Witcher 3 and Devil Survivor 2. Still playing those 2 games. I can't lose focus. I'm about halfway through both of them.
I'm playing Far Cry 4. Just streaming a little bit of that online. Having a blast with that game. Really fun. One of the games I got around the holidays and just finally got around to playing it. They just had Fallout Vault, which came out. Which
is a mobile game. I want to play Fallout 4.
4.
Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on that.
Yeah.
That Vault game, that's the one on the pad, right?
Yeah.
Tablet.
It's fun, and like I made my Vault, and the first time I was like, everything's going smooth, this is fun, I'm really enjoying it, and then like I had a lot of pregnant women in there, and basically I sent like a bunch of the guys out to the wasteland to try to get resources and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, these women can do everything. They can work on machines and they can cook and they can do all that stuff. And then all of a sudden a fire broke out, and that's when the women, they don't do anything. They run. They're like, oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
They're running for. They start
That's not sexist at all.
They start running for their lives, and they won't fight the fires.
They won't at all.
No. So fires just spreading everywhere across my vault and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
And like it's just ruined. So I was like, oh, I gotta start over.
Yep.
And then the second time I started over, I built my rooms wrong because like I'd build a room and then I upgrade it and I try to add on to it, and you can't add on to an upgrade. It has to be the same type. So like everything looked like crap. So I was like, start over again. And now I'm playing it like because I realized that not only can the women not fight the fires or the roaches, they don't die from the fires or the roaches.
What?
So basically, what you do is you take all your women and you put them working. You get them all pregnant, and then you have them like working on the machines and working on like the doing the water, doing the electricity, doing the food, and you send all the men out.
Yeah.
And then like as they get stuff, you bring them back, and they're just waiting at the door. And the women are in there, there's roaches everywhere and fire everywhere and stuff. And as it goes out, they just go back to work. They can't die. And then as they have babies, you send one of them dudes in there and like, come on. So you got this one guy who's like the master breeder.
Yeah.
Master breeder learns Bartertown. And you can keep going. You just keep going. You just pregnant women and kids cannot be killed.
That's all. Yeah, I'll have them working all the time.
So yeah, you got kids running around screaming because there's roaches and fire everywhere. You got dudes just sitting outside in the sun. Hope he picks me next to go in there. That's all you got to do. That's how you beat the game.
That's how you beat it. Oh man.
And then today I'll be playing me some Batman.
Batman.
So that's a true telling of when this podcast is being recorded. I didn't go get it at midnight. I was like, I can't do that, man.
You can't do it at midnight, man. Oh.
Just not this one. I was tired. Like I'd go get it at midnight and then when I would play, start playing at 1.
Yeah.
2.
Man, it might have released before midnight.
I think 11.
11 o'clock. Because last time when I picked up, because The Witcher, I went to pick up The Witcher 11, and for some reason they had like a phone call, and you could have picked it up like at 6.
Yeah, it's they did have I think maybe Mortal Kombat, what was that? I don't know.
Combat had the same thing.
It's one of those games that came out recently that I went to pick up, and they're like, "Come get it at 6," and it was crazy because I was like, "What?" And the reason why they did that is because like Sony or whatever had released it digitally, so they have to compete. Because I mean, somebody has a game paid out, and then like you can get it 6 hours before. Yeah, you're gonna buy it there and go get your money back.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't. I mean, when it comes to physical and digital, I'm going with the physical disc.
Right.
I mean, I think the most I've ever spent on anything digital was $15. That was like Mass Effect DLC.
DLC.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money on Pain. It was a game on PS3. Mm-hmm. It's like that physics game where you slingshot people. But that's like, I bought the game for $10, and then I wound up buying probably another $40 of characters over time.
Yeah.
Like Elvira and everybody else and stuff on there.
Yeah, Elvira.
Oh yeah, Elvira was awesome because you fly through the air and you can like, each person had different taunts, and her shoots are like, they had Elvira, they had Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav. What it was called.
David Hasselhoff. Fantastic. Alright. So, we're running along. Email us at nvnpodcast.com. nvnpodcast@yahoo.com. You can find us on the World Wide Web at nvnpodcast.com. You can definitely, if you listen to us on iTunes, give us a review on there. If you want to do a request on there, if you request something on iTunes, we'll do it. But definitely, please do iTunes reviews because iTunes is the biggest market for podcasts. So, like, giving us reviews make us more noticeable. We pop up faster on searches and stuff like that, and we really appreciate it. You can also do it on Stitcher or pretty much anywhere our podcasts are found. Check out our friends in the 80s. 80s Revisited. They did 16 Candles and Pretty in Pink recently. They're doing they actually have April now. She's Trey's wife is actually now their second co-host, so it's actually really awesome to hear those two kind of go back and forth on movies and hear their different opinions. Definitely check out 80s Revisited. And then I want to also shout out another podcast that I've recently listened to, and these, I don't think they even know, but it's 3 guys from South Africa, and they do a G.I. Joe podcast. And I just while preparing for this podcast, I just kind of discovered them and started listening to it, and just the amount of knowledge that these guys have about G.I. Joe and the passion they have about it is great listen. But it's called G.I. Joeberg, and not many, they don't have a whole lot of likes. I think they had like maybe 6 reviews when I looked at it and stuff like that, but they've been doing it for a little bit. So yeah, definitely check them out if you're a fan of G.I. Joe toys or anything like that. But it's a very small audience for that probably podcast. But I'm just like, they do like 2 hours, and I'm just like driving because I do a lot of driving. I'm just like listening to it. It's like listening to 3 people, 3 nerds that I know talk, but their knowledge is like blows me away. Well, yeah. That's where I learned about the crotch.
Crotch thing. I got the biggest crotch.
Who's got the biggest crotch? Anyway, that's the end of this. Next podcast will be just one of the guys.
Just one of the guys.
Surprise nudity.
That's right.
So check that one out. Classic from the 80s. Sure, it's going to be hilarious to rewatch that movie.
Oh, yes, indeed.
With that, I'm John.
I'm James.
Thanks for listening. What's the damn brother's name on that show?
I don't even know. Mike, skip that.